The Random RPGmaker Roulette! Massive pile of unknown games. Pluck one out, timer for 30 minutes, have a play, and see if we get something good. And next we have Space Pilgrim, Episode 1, Alpha Centauri. There are not too many sci-fi ones in this group so far. I guess it goes to show the Random RPGmaker Roulette will not be representative of all RPG Maker games as a whole. It is just the random selection I happen to have on my Steam account. Because I know there are quite a lot of sci-fi ones, sci-fi tile sets are some of the most popular DLCs and stuff that you can get for RPG makers, so I don't know. I'm interested to check this out. I want to see if it's going to be a new and refreshing experience. The title screen is not going to be particularly hyped because it is just a stock image of space and some plain text. Let's cross our fingers. It's going to be better once we get actually into it. Well, that's immediately a much better looking graphic of some space. The Union Space Station. That's a cool looking planet of vein looking all over it. That definitely does not look like a basic ass screenshot of real ass space. Orbiting planet Brahma. Lumen system. Distance from Earth. Bunch of light years. Factoids. Oh yeah, we have another one using the Max Sprite set. Really a good classic one. Oh, and we've got the default character maker for VX Ace, I think, or it might just be regular VX. Oh, the familiar stale beer smell of a spaceport bar. Oh, how I've missed it. Supposed to be picking up 3 passengers here if I remember. It's our protagonist, because this is a cool design I like us immediately. I wonder which one's there. Oh, is it going to be similar to Always Sometimes Monsters, where the character you play in the first cutscene is not actually the protagonist, but whoever you talk to first becomes the protagonist? Because that was an interesting way of handling a choice like that. Prologue, Union Station. Right click or press S to enter the menu. You can interact with that is an unusual control scheme. So is it not enter it's a mouse controller? Okay, it's a mouse controller. I didn't expect it to be a mouse controller because it is using quite an older style sprite style. General tips, interact with everything in your environment. Check your journal and examine items in your inventory for clues. Oh, so it's going to be more of a point and click adventure. It is, it's going to be a point and click adventure with combining items and stuff. I am really bad at this genre because I do not have a logical brain to figure out stuff like that. I always just get stumped for hours, so this probably will not be a game that I will play in my free time. Even if it does end up being really good, it just isn't my kind of genre, but if it does end up being really good, I will recommend it to you guys out there who enjoy this genre more than me. Quietly. That's a good use of scripting. It's you have mouse control, and also if you mouse over people, it gives you a description of who everyone is. Hi there, I'm Captain Gale Pilgrim. I know. Do I know you? You would know me had you bothered to do a background check on your passengers. You're an arsehole. It seems sensible I did one of you after all. Oh, and what did you find out about me? Oh, you have no criminal record and you arrive on schedule 98% of the time. I was going to say, from behind you look kind of like me, but no, from the front you look like an absolute dick face. I'm willing to forgive at 2% discrepancy, by the way. I won't be expecting a discount. Gee, thanks. You can head to the ship whenever you're ready, you will be leaving. So the stereotypical Spock character, which is as a stereotype, tends to just fall into negative depictions of autistic people. Not on purpose, but often quite accidentally when you have this trope of character who is very, very logical and stern, speaks things in terms of numbers. You just end up stumbling into negative stereotypes of not just autism, but various other types of neuroatypical condition. We can head to the ship whenever you're ready, we'll be leaving soon. Good, I'll finish my drink first. Well, if it ain't Captain Pilgrim. Also, everyone is human. That's always a shame in sci-fi stuff where just everyone is human. But hopefully maybe we'll get alien party members later on, but I'm not optimistic about that considering the game is using the default character creator. I don't know if it has options for that. Well, if it ain't Captain Pilgrim. Haven't seen you around here in a while. Been up to no good, haven't you? I resent that remark. As a matter of fact, I've just spent a few months doing lots of good, exploring the frontier. Is that right? Looking for an unclaimed ore deposit, I bet. Okay, so we're some kind of minor explorer person. I like how it's both establishing the character of our character and also all the other characters around us. This, again, a good example of how to start a game in medias res. Here we have, we're going in, this is an ordinary day in the day of Gale Pilgrim, but everything we do in the role of Gale Pilgrim tells us something about the world or us, as opposed to just we are thrown in, we have no clue what the hell is going on, people just say terminology at us and don't explain it, and yeah, ain't gonna happen. The corporations have their systems locked down already. Like your old man always said, you can't compete with big money. We have a mysterious dad, I know more facts about you in the first 5 minutes than the protagonist of 50% of his entire marathon. Yeah, I know what my dad's... That has been one of the most recurring problems, is being thrown in with no clue what you're doing in the first 5 seconds. So I guess you're back to the old game now, eh? Ferrying passengers. Oh, so do we run this ship? Are we the captain of the ship? Not like I have a choice. That makes sense when we have goggles on our head, but that's... I would assume that would be like more of a steampunk thing. Just be careful out there. I've had 3 pilots in here this week. Actually, do spaceship people have to wear goggles? I don't know. I don't know what they do when they don't wear spacesuits. Anyway, we've had 3 pilots in here this week complaining about the JAC, confiscating cargo. We do have some terminology being thrown out, but we have the context. Like, it isn't just... The JAC exists. It's like the JAC is some kind of obstructive government which is getting in the way of pilots and confiscating cargo. They are going to be some form of enemy, I think. Those damn jacks. I like that. We're immediately establishing, again, where I was going, it's good, it's introducing things, it's not just have characters just talk completely out of character. It's like, oh, here is the name of thing that both of us already know and I'm explaining to you as if you don't know it. That worked well as a way of like talking about it as if everyone in the room knows what the hell it is. Because she's like, oh, the JAC, you mean the jackals, oh, those arseholes. Like, we have in-universe negative slang for this group. That's cool, that's neat, that's like, he's realistic. In the real world, you don't go around saying, like, the formal name of the company. Like, people who hate the company are not going to be like, oh, like, Netflix.co.limited or whatever. I don't know why Netflix is the first place my mind went to when I thought about evil corporation running the space stations, but if they put their mind to it, they probably could. But I don't think they have the effort to do anything. But anyhow, keep your voice down, would you? I'm trying to run a business here. I'll see you around, Captain. Old man, old man, old man. Hi there, Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? I have never before regretted clicking on an old man so fast. Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in this season, or guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Wait, what was the first question again? Job 38. It comes to mind often when I look at the stars. Oh, I see, you must be a preacher. I have been known as many things. Well, I'm known as the captain of a Starship Quicksilver. Are you one of my every character so far has been giving us a different tidbit about our character, and I like that. But also, I'm terrified of this man. Quicksilver, yes. That is the vessel that will carry me to my destination. I like how they're using that one really unsettling, unintentionally terrifying option from the default character creator for like a way better purpose than it is. Like, if you've ever used VX, like, it has like one of the worst character creators in all of RPG Maker. Honestly, the character creators in RPG Maker are not generally very good, but there are some really bizarre options. Like, you get like really weirdly detailed eyes right next to like big ass anime ones, and it's just, yeah. So, someone's finally taking the bold statement to say it that this guy looks fucking terrifying. Great, you can head to a ship when you're ready then. I'm gonna click on you again. Hath the rain a father who hath begotten the drops of dew? You're kind of my favourite character already. Absolutely deranged Christian grandpa in the corner screaming. I would be much more positive about religion if it was this openly evil. Ironically, it's like, if you could easily tell who's like a bad, not good Christian who you should avoid, then there would be no problem. We would all just know to cross the road and to talk to the ones who are actually nice. I'm not on duty, don't bother. You look more like a Christian than the other guy. You look like a Jack officer, okay. You're observant, aren't you? I guess you're not one of my passengers then. At least, we're knowing more about protagonist. She's not the kind of person who would, like, say the bad word for their company to their face. But yeah, man of scar. Damn, this woman is a good player. Have no critics left, I read. I like when they do like, credits instead of money for sci-fi. That's like, it's a good classic thing. No credits left, I'd reach a drawer at this rate. But it's, again, really good casually integrating the use of keywords and actual dialogue so you have the context of what it is. A drawer is clearly a planet. Credits are clearly the currency of the world. I like this man and I like his design. A drawer, that's where my ship is headed. I'm Captain Gale Pilgrim of a Starship Quicksilver. Ah yes, Quicksilver, departure is at 2100 hours, correct? That's right, I'm just making sure everyone is here. Excellent. Colonel Kane at your service. I always forget how to pronounce that word. Wow, a military man. Guess I don't need to worry about security for this trip. I trust you less knowing you're a military man. Let's hope not, Pilgrim. I'll report to your ship as soon as I've had one more shot at recouping my losses. I'm getting caught up in all the words of strange pronunciations. Good luck with that. It's all three of my passengers. Who is this mysterious grandma? Captain Gale Pilgrim of the Starship Quicksilver. Are you one of my passengers by any chance? Quicksilver? Oh goodness no, I'll be travelling on the Star Queen. Don't take us the wrong way, darling. I prefer to travel with a certain amount of class. Oh, Both the old people are not very nice. No. Was there a right way to take that? I like how protagonist sticks up for herself. I just earned an achievement for getting the prologue. That's a bit strange. 2 days later. Like, I feel there are a few times games are a bit too achievement heavy. That's a really nice, interesting sprite for our ship. It's very abstract. I'm not really sure what it is or what parts or any of it. I guess the bit at the back might be the jet engines. It does kind of look just like a weird porcelain carving flying through space. Yawn. What a pleasant dream I was having. There was this donut the size of a moon. I like our protagonist already. So you see how my passengers are getting on. It can't be more than 12 hours from Madroa now. Act 1, Proxima. Don't know what that means. What should I take from here? Cockpit access cards, laser pistol, a pile of cash. That's like having a big wad in your pocket. Oh, I guess we can take it all. Oh yes, I always forget to grab my access card. Don't think I'll be needing that right now. I better leave it here in case I have another accident. Okay? As appealing as it sounds, I just can't lie around in bed all day. Starry. I like how the cursor, like, it changes depending on what you're mousing over to tell you what you're doing. That's good. Again, really fits with this being a point and clicky thingy. The lampiest lamp there is of everyone. I like our protagonist a lot. Endearing character traits. Oh, they actually animated her sitting on it. That is rare. Usually when you see things like using these various classic, like, old character sprites, they don't tend to, like, edit them to make new animations, which is why it's always impressive when they do. Check messages, check passenger manifest. I'll give them more profiles of everybody. So the record of all the passengers currently on board Quicksilver. Oh god, it's him! It's him! Ah, it's Yuri Yerzov. He's 52 years old. He's just slightly underneath the bracket for grandpa, I guess. Occupation presbyter. Is that like Presbyterian is a type of religion, I think? Sabina White, age 31, occupation scientist. No, don't be the mad scientist. I don't like you. Your personality is bad. I always like the mad scientist. That's not fair. Michael Cade, age 50. Oh, so they're both like equally level of age. I wouldn't have guessed that. Occupation, retired space marine. Looks like a message from my dad. Is this thing on? Oh, your dad looks quite strange. Again, using the weirdly tiny eyes. The tiny eyes with like a little happy mouth. It just looks so odd. Is this thing on? Good. Gail, this is your father speaking. Well, duh. I like how they use a script to have like smaller text as well. That's all, again, like rare things you'd find in older RPGmaker games. How's the ship holding up? I hope you're taking good care of the old girl. I miss her. Retirement doesn't suit me at all. I don't know how I have to be anything other than a pilot. Sometimes when I wake up at night, I can still hear the engines humming. Anyway, I'm sure you don't want to listen to the complaints of an old man. I do. I'm happy. I'm here for your weird old dad. Look after my ship gear. I hope you replace those old atmosphere pipes. Is that going to play into something later? Are they going to like malfunction at a key moment? Now, how do I turn this thing off? Endearing. Gee, Dad, I found I just gained an achievement listening to my dad. This is definitely giving me way too many achievements in the first 5 seconds of the game. Achievement. Walked over to the kitchen. No? Okay, good. There have been so many good times around this table. Oh, please tell me about them. Or on second thoughts, don't. I hate you, sassy science woman. My second longest serving companion. That's sad. Very sad. I do like how when you inspect things of another character in the room, you get sassy comments, but I just don't like her character. She's a meanie. Is that time of day already? There is no time of day in space. Oh, fuck off you and your technicalities. Technically, there is no time either. That's not correct. There is time in space. Time is not defined by being near the gravitational pull of a planet. Like, time still continues to happen, even if you cannot judge it on the terms of, like, when night and day starts and begins. There is still time. I'm pretty sure that clocks do still work in space, too. Like, there's clearly a clock right there, so I don't know what you're on about, man. The past exists only as a stable structure of neurons in your brain. The future doesn't. Oh, so you're just being all technically. Oh, time itself doesn't exist because time is just a word we have to describe a phenomenon in our minds which does exist. Is that what you're going with? Is that what you're going with? Okay, no, time doesn't exist as a physical object you can pick up with your hands, but it does exist as a description of a phenomenon in the human mind. I don't think anyone is saying, but when they say, oh, it's this time, it's saying, oh, it's not the time that I am perceiving as a being which can perceive time. Oh, it's a physical object of time in the room. It's a cactus in the corner. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck it. Fuck. I don't say fuck anyone who writes characters like this because she's clearly meant to be an arsehole, but like, fuck this entire concept of like, oh, the cliche, like, science hyper-focused character, like, just by being interested in science means that you're a total arsehole to everybody, and like you have to be like super technical on everything. It's like real scientists don't talk like this. Real scientists wouldn't be like, oh, well, you haven't precisely defined everything in every single sentence you've ever done, oh, therefore you're not scientific. Like, why would they waste time they could be using to investigate interesting slime molds? Oh, you're not one of those nutty religious types, are you? I subscribe to the Eleatic School of Philosophy, which is going to be like, it's probably like blah blah blah, I'm a scientist, right? I'll take it as a yes. Super juice, I'll take a can for 1 gram. I should get a drink, I didn't get a drink before I started recording. Yay, super juice. Better not drink too much super juice, it makes me a bit loopy, so that's like caffeine. I'm sure you can tell it, oh fuck off. Don't think you should be raiding the fridge right now, there are more pressing matters to attend to. Okay, sheesh, yes, big sheesh. Well, Miss Pilgrim, I'll see you're finally awake. I was banging at the door for about half an hour. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a heavy... See, of all the characters in the first cutscene, that could be one that's going to be sticking for us for the rest of the game. It had to be you. I hope if this is going to be like some kind of like murder mystery in space, you can be the first victim. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a heavy sleeper. Fuck you, person with my hairstyle and nothing else. What's the problem? Seems you have a stowaway. A stowaway? That's impossible. Apparently it's far from impossible, Miss Pilgrim. Let me explain the situation. What's the most fancy, pompous arsehole voice I can do? Apparently it is far from impossible, Miss Pilgrim. Let me explain the situation to you. Please stop calling me Miss Pilgrim. It's infuriating. My name is Gale. Very well then, Gale. You and I are both here in the kitchen, obviously. You will find Mr. Yearsoff cowering in the communal lavatory. The Colonel, as I believe he likes to be called, is in the comms room trying to find a signal within range. The stowaway, then, would be whoever is currently piloting the ship. Ship is an autopilot, lady, with no stowaway. Yes, I believe that was the situation until approximately 45 minutes ago, when the vessel changed course. Okay, I'm already predicting right now it's just going to be like the AI has become sentient, there is no stowaway, it's just the AI has become sentient. That would be the most easy solution to all of this. Either that or like someone else has just hacked. Unfortunately, whatever person or entity has taken control of the ship is also sealed for cockpit. So like a malfunction in the autopilot. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. It happens now and then in the cranky old... I'm not saying like a malfunction, but like, literally, why would your first conclusion be there must be a stowaway as opposed to someone has hacked the AI? I have an access card to the cockpit. Don't worry, I'll get to the bottom of this. Welcome to try, of course. Let me know how it goes. As I know, I am the expert in being the bottom of everything. The bottom of the barrel. Is it going to be like, Gnosia, how do you pronounce it, that game? I really like that. It's about, you know, the game Werewolf, where, like, oh, one of you is a werewolf, and you have to, like, use, like, social deduction to figure out who it is. It's a game that's basically that, but in space, and, like, one of you is a secret alien possessed inside. But it's also got a cool twist, like, there's a time loop, so it constantly keeps going over and over a different person is every time. Sometimes you are it, and you have to, like, explore every possible possibility in the time loop to find out the real truth of what's going on, including being the bad guy and actually killing everyone yourself, and it's really fascinating. Also, that's really good character designs. Also, it's non-binary inclusive, and it's really cool. I recommend that greatly. I'm flying that across the screen as we speak. It's hard to pronounce, though. I have no reason to rifle through a passenger's plug. That is fair. Besides, I might get caught. It's where the passengers sleep. This is cat. Zubar! Zubar! This is Zubar the ship's cat. I love you, Zubar the ship's cat. As you can see, he doesn't like people. I like you, though, Zubar. I hope you have a lovely day, Zubar. I will leave you alone in peace as you deserve. This cargo crate is labeled collectible fridge magnets! Oh, but the most valuable currency in the future. Lavatory, radar and comms, cockpit. Okay, lavatory is where we'll find weird screaming religion man. Go away, leave me alone. Mr. Yearsoff, why are you hiding in the lavatory? Why aren't you? It's okay, this is your pilot speaking, you can open the door now. Not a chance, that monster is like, yay, monster! Yay, is it going to be like an alien who's taken over to pretend to be one of us? Because I really like that trope in the context of a playable video game, it's cool. And play Gnosia or Nosia or however you pronounce that word, it's a really good game. Flying it across the screen right now. Monster? Horrible. 10 feet tall with tentacles coming out of its head. I was in bed and I saw it ooze into the cockpit. You're sure you haven't been taking any illegal stimulants, Mr. Yearsoff? You'll see! After it kills you all, then you'll believe me. I want to see it. I want to see it. I hope he is correct. I want to see an alien monster. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, alien monster in there. Hello, I'm here to pleasantly visit. I guess it was worth a shot. What the heck? My access card isn't working. Something very fishy going on around here. I better locate the other passengers. So now we're going to radar and comms and find the general guy. The colonel guy. The colonel guy. Good, you're awake. We have a real shitstorm brewing here, Pilgrim. I think I'm going to like you the best because you're like almost a grandpa, you're kind of an uncle, and you're so far the only reasonable and nice person on the entire ship. Except Zubar the ship cat. Zubar the ship cat. What the hell is going on? You have an insurgent on board, possible extraterrestrial. Yay! Didn't get a visual, but the Russian is shooting bricks. Extraterrestrial? You can't be serious. So, this is like a setting where it's like a relatively near future type sci-fi where we haven't actually discovered aliens yet. We can't rule anything out at this stage, Pilgrim. We need to expect the unexpected. You know what would be really unexpected? If we put Gnosia just flying across the screen right now. Whatever it is, it's smart. It sealed itself in the cockpit and I can't seem to override the locking system. Or it's just the AI. Like, I am 100% predicting that it's going to be faking out. It's not going to be a cool alien. It's going to just be the AI is taking control of the ship. I hope not. I hope it's not that twist. I hope it is an actual real giant tentacle man. That'd be really cool, but okay. Just the fact that this tile set doesn't seem to have a giant tentacle man in it, I don't know. Maybe they went out and they made their own lovely custom screaming tentacle man sprite and we're all going to be pleasantly surprised. I can't seem to override the locking system, so I have no idea where we're headed. None whatsoever. I've been trying to hail in nearby ships on the comm system, but no luck so far. It was a long shot. Is there anything we can do? Don't have many options. We've checked the ship's inventory and there's nothing that can be burned through that door. Yeah, I should have invested in some heavy lasers or something. There is one possibility. I noticed you have a standard cargo teleporter fitted. Is it that thing in the corner which looks like a Roomba? Either that or like a stovetop hob. We can roast marshmallows! We're saved! Yes, I don't see what use it is though. It's not like cargo can pilot the ship. Wait, I hope you're not suggesting what I think you are. Might not have a choice. We need to get something in that cockpit. We'll stick you in a box. We'll stick you in a box of collectible French magnets. Teleporting human subjects is dangerous, not to mention illegal. It's every chance I can end up in... That's an interesting idea. Yeah, it seems we're relatively like in between actual future and future. Like we only just invented teleportation. It doesn't work on humans yet. We don't know if aliens are real. This is an interesting and underutilized setting. I like that. Naturally, I would volunteer for the mission. Let's hope it doesn't come to... I like you already. You're the honourable and nice person. I hope you're not going to be the first one who dies, because that would suck. Scientist Sabina seems smart. I think she's some kind of fusion expert. Maybe you can ask her if... Oh, I don't want to talk to her. Okay, then. I'll be here monitoring the comms. Good luck, Pilgrim. She's not a mad scientist, she's a bad scientist. A spanner might come in handy. She's like too sane of a scientist. She's too sane to the point of absolute annoyance. Can monitor all of the ship's power systems from this console. Quantum propulsion engine. Artificial atmosphere. Okay, so I'm assuming at some point we will need to care about like all of it. We have to like turn one of them off. Okay, you can't scroll with the mouse, so you have to use yeah, okay, whenever you get a menu which has that, you can't control it with a mouse. That's a bit of an oversight. It's a minor one though. It's the artificial gravity generator. Okay. That it is. 5% of the ship's quantum propulsion system. Yeah, I was saying it's going to be probably going to be like some point when we need to control like managing our power system. We have to turn one of those off or something. This box controls the system of electronic automated doors on this vessel. So probably this time we have to go to turn off some of the things. Test intercom, yay! Mr. Zubar, come here. I want to see you. Oh, shut up! Stop ruining my fun. Stop ruining everyone's fun by existing. Oh, so there's like a sound test. Yay. This cargo crate is labelled sports-themed coffee mats. Is that going to be a joke? Every cargo is going to be like the most ridiculous nonsense thing. Electro-synthetic fruit tanks. May I talk to the crazy priest? Aww. I don't want to talk to the sane scientist. Who are the weird, like, skateboard knee pads? My access card isn't working. I can't get into the cockpit. Perhaps it is for the best. If Mr. Years-old's ramblings are true, I wouldn't like to face whatever is inside. Oh, we do need to get in there. We have no idea where this thing is taking us. Agreed. You're actually being reasonable for once. Oh no! My shock made me sneeze. Do you have any ideas about how we can get that door open? Perhaps the production of fusion power is a relatively safe process which requires a precise and delicate balance. Blah 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 blah. Now, can you say that in terms a pilot can understand? At least he didn't go for the cliche, in English, please. I fucking hate that trope. I am a connoisseur of bad mad scientist tropes, and I can yell for hours on it why every one of them sucks. And why Dr. Snap is in fact a really good match. Put a little Dr. Snap flying across the screen. And also Gnosia. Can certainly try. If the intruder is intelligent as they appear, they will have prevented us from diverting power away from the doors. However, if we can divert power into the door systems, it will cause an overload. So we just need to divert some power from other areas of the ship into the other. Okay, we're doing this faster than I expected. Yes, you should be able to make small reductions in certain areas of a ship's power system. You need to put 50% of a ship's total power in reserve and divert that power into the door system. That should be enough to disrupt power generation to trigger the automatic door release. So I should probably do the lighting because, like, relatively dim lighting. Like, if you shut down a few rooms that we're not using, that would be probably the best, as opposed to, like, the air and gravity is, like, we're gonna need that if we're gonna be fighting a giant monster. And also just being alive. Come on to your progress using the console in the comms room. Okie dokie then, I'll get to it. Yay! Let me know if you have any questions. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to give you any questions. If I have any questions, I'll talk to literally everybody except you. Here, can I just how much power is the size of the ship? Okay, so. Okie doke. There we go. So we can't divert power away from the intercom. How do we turn the lighting? I haven't found a place for the lighting. Guess the only one who can do is the one I didn't think was logical. Oh, here we are. Let's divert some power away from the ship's lighting. I can store it here later. Yay, dimmins. Spooky! Yay! So how much power is that though? Half power. Yeah, but how much power do we have left? Okay, fine. We need 10 power somewhere else. Where controls for doors? Where controls for doors? Oh wait, we did pick up a sound. We can do the thing. I guess we don't have any other choice for that then. So does that mean about me just never getting the logic for these things? I was like, we literally picked up a spanner and I couldn't figure out we had to use a spanner on this thing which says you need a tool to do. I'm really not good with these kind of puzzles. Use a spanner to adjust the bolts and slightly reduce power to the quantum propulsion engines. I guess that makes sense to reduce that because, like, our problem is that someone is piloting the ship in the wrong direction, so if we just stop the ship that would also be beneficial. Ship's still moving but travelling at a slower speed, that's good news. I guess we do have to reduce 5% on all 3 of them or something. This fallen pipe almost hit me on it. No, Grampus! Sorry about that. Be more careful, Pilgrim. Now we have this up, which will probably be useful later. In something or other. Bonk. It's the artificial gravity generator. How do we turn that down then? Okay, we need to get 5 more in the artificial atmosphere, but then how do we do that? There is no control for it, right? Where are the artificial? Like, it's right there, but there's no control panel for it. That's the thing I can never get in these ones too, is just finding where the places are that you have to click everything. I'm so not good at it. Yeah, I need to look for another one of these panels somewhere. Why would it not be next to the machine? If you can be in the kitchen, that's so weird. Oh, okay, it's adjusting this pipe for some reason. Okay, and this will be used pipe, I think. So it says the spanner will work, we need a pipe. Oh, how do we combine items then? Inventory, use with. Yay! We have made a spanner on a pipe! Hooray! Ooh, journal. Yay, we have a lore menu! Yay! Oh, it's just a quest menu. I thought it was going to be a lore menu. I want to know about all these things. I want to know more details about these worlds and characters and things. At least we have a quest menu. That's good. We will use a spanner and a stick. Well done, I'm almost impressed. You and your power of hitting things with a spanner. That is what we need to do to finally earn her respect. Is to prove that we have mental acuity of a gorilla. We remain outdoors. We remain outdoors. Now can you please say it's going to be a cool alien? Congratulations, Pilgrim, you unlocked the lavatory. That's not what I meant. That's not what I wanted. Never mind the lavatory. What about the cockpit? Oh, that's still locked. The interloper must have his door hooked up to a backup power generator. Oh, that sucks. You must have really need the power to control this trouble. At least you can interrogate a Russian now. Well, crap. Okay, I guess we're not finding out who the intruder is in this first episode, probably. At least we can talk to Screaming Religion Man. Huh? Did he flush himself down the toilet? Father Yerzov? Yuri? Are we going to be like opening the shower curtains and be dead inside or something? Father Yerzov? Yuri, are you in here? That's strange. It's strange indeed, Miss Pilgrim. I'm in the walls, Miss Pilgrim. I am in the crawl space. I'm sprinkling Cheetos from the vents. Strange, but you would all be fooled with technical or two. Oh, so he's the guy who broke in and is doing all the fucking stupidness. Oh, that's kind of a shame that he's actually the villain and it's not a real alien. I mean, I knew from the start that he was like the most suspicious and bizarre person, but I thought he was just going to be like a funny comedy guy rather than just like, oh, I'm actually just faking it, I'm actually really serious and evil. Wait, you're the one in the cockpit? Of course I am, you dullard. Seriously, 10 feet tall, tentacles coming out of his head? I want to believe it because that would be actually more interesting. Don't tell me you actually believe my ridiculous little science fiction story. Don't understand. Why have you hijacked my ship? Why are you not as cool as you like? That's kind of crap to have like a guy who is like, oh, he's going to be like the funny, crazy religion guy, and actually he's not really crazy about religion. He's just like a serious, boring, hijacker criminal guy. Like, come on, at least like be crazy and silly and hammy with it. Act on behalf of... Yay! Okay, yeah, you are really legit about being completely, absolutely fucking bonkers off your head and believing in ridiculous conspiracy theories. Just tentacle-headed aliens were not one of those ridiculous conspiracy theories, apparently. Act on behalf of a higher power, Miss Pilgrim. We're going to be pioneers and you... Oh, you're going to like fly us into a black hole or something because your crazy religion believes that's the way to the realm of the gods. What are you talking about? What realm? God's realm. Well, yep. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, no light of the sun, for the Lord God giveth them light. Did I just predict the plot 5 seconds ago? I am in the mind of this crazy man, and I don't like it. And they shall reign forever and ever. Now do you understand the gift I am bestowing upon you, flying you into the cosmic equivalent of a train hole? Yuri, how exactly do you plan to reach this realm of God? The answer had eluded me my entire life until the angel of the Lord did come upon me in a dream. I saw a chariot of fire led by horses of fire flying upon flaming wings of fire across the expanse of fire. My timer is up and I cannot stop. Until finally they reached the gates of fire and entered the fire. I see, and where are these gates you're talking about? Close to all of God's stars! You're gonna fly us into the sun instead! That's even less logical than I thought! The Lord made our journey easy, don't you see? You mean Proxima Centauri, you're gonna fly us into a sun? How could I stop at the timer when this is happening? Do not be afraid, Miss Pilgrim, only believe. Believe that my arse is gonna be fried like Kentucky chicken. Wait, you can't do this! Yuri! Oh no, ice! Ice would probably be a good solution at this moment. Damn it, I need to stop him. But first I need to take a piss. You got to go. I can't. Much better. Cleanliness is important. I need to shower right now. I should wipe my hands. Don't even medicine come out. And now, we need to save the world from what if I throw my super juice? Will it I'll bonk it with a spanner. Okay, I think we have to talk. I'm going to talk to everybody except the science lady. Damn, I was deliberately trying to avoid you. Looks like that situation has escalated, Pilgrim. A crazy man's going to fly into the fucking sun. That's putting it rather mildly. Take you both heard what was said over the intercom? Indeed, religions of ignorance do tend to breed psychopaths, don't they? You and no one to talk. You're out of line, Sabine. The writer has clearly lost his mind. His actions have nothing to do with God's will. Thank you for being a reasonable man there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There are people who use religion badly and evilly and use it as a shield for their own crazy, bizarre nonsense and just wanting to have power over things or to live up to some crazy idea of like I don't even know. And there are people who do religion responsibly and they don't use it as a sledgehammer for hate or to literally throw people into the sun in this case. It's slightly exaggerated compared to real life bad religious people. But I'm glad we have here a reasonable agnostic person. I was going to say atheist, I don't actually know from your dialogue whether you do or don't believe in God, but either way you have a good reaction to the concept. I'm atheist myself. My idea of it all is as long as it's not hurting anyone, what's wrong with religion? If it is hurting people, literally why are you using the religion the thing that's supposed to be for good and kindness and all that as a tool for evil? You're fucked up and you suck. It's the fault of you, not the religion itself. You can't blame an entire faith. You can't blame an entire faith for the actions of one fuckhead. Perhaps he is right, Colonel. Perhaps we are all going to God. Don't play bloody devil's advocate. Here I thought Adro would be an interesting vacation spot. Don't mock me, woman. I could say it every 5 seconds when she's on screen. Guys, it isn't helping. We need to think of another plan and quickly. We already have an alternative plan, Pilgrim. We punched the guy in the face several times in quick succession. We're about to bring out the crazy teleport idea. How do we throw her the teleporter? Sabina, you'd better get in the box of commemorative fridge magnets right now. Actually, I agree with him. What? A 10% chance of fatal failure means a 90% probability of success. It is the best remaining option. Good, then you get in there. You get in the fucking hob and burn before we even get to the sun. No, don't put him in it, no! Try to take a chance, Pilgrim. No, don't be the first one to die. That'd be such a cliche. It's always a cliche in space movies and zombie movies. It's like the black guy is the first to die, especially if he's like a black guy, like a former military, like the only guy who's qualified to handle the situation. They always get rid of the person who's most likely to actually save everyone, the person who's the most moral or whatever. It's like, no, don't leave me alone in the space station with like, the evil sane scientist and the evil, like actually evil man. How do I vote for Sabina to be in there? Can't believe you're going along with this. Desperate times, different methods. Most logical, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, logic, blah blah blah, Spock. Logical and cold, bitch. Ah, fuck you. Need to test the Machina living. No! Don't you kill our cat! Don't you kill Zuba on the ship, cat! Don't you do what Genosha already didn't have a dark twist involving a cat? I hope this cat doesn't turn out to actually be a person. Because then that'd be extra sad. Scifi was really a really endearing character, actually. Super, not a chance, you evil cat. Thank you. Which being is more important to you, the Colonel. Oh, don't make me choose between a pleasant uncle and a funny space named cat. Let me think about that. I know which person in this room is the least important to me. Is there seriously going to be no option? So there's no way I can talk you out of this. Sabina thinks the plan is solid. She said she can use the power you place in reserve to fire up a teleporter. You better ask her how you can help to make a success. I would appreciate not dying. I would appreciate you not dying too. I hate when games are like, you have no choice except to do the bad and evil option. And I bet they're going to be like, they're going to tell me off for doing the bad and evil option. Darn, he slipped away from me. Oh, no he didn't. He's right there. I can catch him. Okay, I actually have to use an item. Okay, I didn't mean anything. Okay, I do have to go in another room and find another item to do on this? I really don't like these kind of puzzles. Fridge. Clam and condens. Take tuner. Okie dokie. We just couldn't open that until the game told us it was right. That's another recurring problem in lots of RPGmaker games. Just didn't do things in the right orders. Look, Chizuba, a tasty tin of tuna. Got him. Damn it. I didn't want to end this with sad cat time. I wanted to end this with beating up a weird religion man. I want to end it with more hammy voice acting. I brought the cat, you monster! I'm glad our protagonist is at least saying the voice of the audience. Excellent, place it down the teleporter. Is that cat going to turn into a cool alien monster or something like be spliced with a fly? Because that'd be cool. Godspeed, brave cat. Thank you, Uncle Man. Well, did it work? Oh, no. No, don't go in there and fight like half a cat. Oh, Suba, the ship's cat, you're safe. Thank you. I'm glad you're alive, Suba. I promise I'll never put you through anything like that ever again. I love you, Suba. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck you, lady. Look, this cargo crate is labeled U-bends. That's funny. Over glamorous life for Starship pilot. Suba survived. Not that you care at all, you fuckhead. On the contrary, I care a great deal. It means the calibration of correct wings. Oh, fuck off. I hate the stereotype. As an autistic person, I especially hate the stereotype. Like, being hyper-focused on science does not make you a logical and evil and empathetic person, and like, Like, I don't personally like science, but I have plenty of friends who are into, like, maths and science and stuff, and, like, none of them is, like, I have no ability to care about people because of that. Like, that's a stereotype, like, autistic people don't have empathy. That's also completely bloody wrong. It's like, having a difficulty with social stuff, being a difficulty detecting when people are sad and emotions and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you don't care or that you don't want people to be happy. It's just, you have more difficulty telling when you're accidentally upsetting someone. There are a lot of autistic people in the world who have, like, hyper empathy, like huge levels of empathy. You get incredibly sad about the fact that like almost every social situation you have is just like a 50-50 chance you might accidentally upset someone. You will get reasonably sad about that. I don't like the stereotype. I know the game itself is not saying in any way this character's autistic, but I've known from so many other sci-fi things that this kind of character tends to be like to fall into stereotypes I've had like applied to me in real life, and it just sucks. Again, not presuming intent on the part of the game writer, it's just reminding me of negative stuff in my life. Oh, don't die. After disable... That's kind of funny. It's like just disable him like a machine. Just pop a little off switch. He'll turn back to not being a religious zealot. Good luck, Colonel. I wish I could talk about it. It's literally why can we not just throw Sabina in there? I guess because Sabina is like less equipped to fight a crazy man. But I don't know. Give her the spanner on the end of the pipe. Initialize. I guess she has to work the machine. Okay, it's kind of funny how you just teleported. Colonel, oh my god. I thought you didn't believe in God, Sabrina. Fucking hell! Fucking hell! Fucking hell! You almost killed a cat, you've actually killed everybody. I was like... I really wish it was like literally just the one black man in the cast has to die first, and the only nice character has to die first. Now I'm sad. I was getting hyped when we had like the funny, crazy religion, and I was like, oh, the plot's gonna get good. Now I'm gonna have to bear like the rest of it. Even the rest of the plot is really interesting. I have to bear it with the two most unbearable characters. No, he's still alive. Oh God, thank you. Please, the calibrations were all wrong. He didn't even end up in the cockpit. Well, yeah, you sent him to the same place you sent the cat to. It's like you bonked his head on the end of his bed, apparently. It's all my fault. Yes, it is. Please say you can have like a redemption arc. You're gonna realise you'll be the fuckhead and you're gonna be better for the rest of the game. Please. Water. Cough. Bring me water. I'm going to live. I'm trying to click to get water for the uncle man. I'm trying to click to get water for the uncle man. There's a cat in the way. Oh, it's a paper cut. A good thing we drank all of that soda. We precognitioned the sadness. Have a tin if you know. Here, Colonel, drink this. Can't tell how much damage that teleport did to him. Somehow he was severely dehydrated, and also blood. I should never let this happen. I was overconfident. I trust the probabilities. Yes, exactly. All of your flaws in your face. Please change now and become an actually, even remotely human character. Rather than the stereotype of people with disabilities being inhuman. Didn't fall in. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You literally did. You could have done it instead. Like, you could have risked your own life for this. Like, fucking hell. Don't put words into my mouth. It is her fault. She's in a lot of pain. See if you can find some meds for him. Yeah, where was the room that had the meds? I can't. I'm trying to walk the cats in the way. I'm glad you're alive still, but you're messing with my pathfinder. I guess I'll switch the keyboard. Okay, it's not letting me use the keyboard now. Okay. Meds. Captain's quarters, please. Please save life of the endearing Pilgrim. I keep calling him a grandpa, but he looks like a grandpa. I already took the meds. Okay, I already took the meds. Where are the other meds? Where's the meds? Please, let me save me, Uncleman. Let me save me. We're in the bathroom. We're in the lavatory. Meds. Where are meds? If I was a med man. La. Colonel, don't die. You are the only good one among us. Among us! No, I said it! Here, Colonel, swallow 2 of these. Precisely 2 and no more. Listen, you need to focus on the mission. Both of you, find a way to get inside that cockpit. There is no other way. I've exhausted all logical possibilities. Use something unlogical like throwing this big box of commemorative fridge magnets at it. I'm sorry, Colonel, I failed you. There's always a way, Pilgrim. I want you to go and look for the Russians' belongings. That's a good idea. Maybe the clue in there, some way to reason with him. Okay, Colonel, take care of that. You rest easy. Please live. I want you to live more than anybody else I've ever wanted to live in any other of these games. Oh my God. Nothing very interesting is an old Bible and spare clothes. Take his jacket, looks pretty normal. Okay, but the fact he has a jacket and it's like, it makes me feel like, is he just like disguising himself as a priest to do his craziness? Is he not really a priest? But like, is he normal and this is a disguise? Does he have the jacket for no purpose? Is he going to like find something in the pockets? Okay, no. I will throw your jacket at the door. No. Here, piss, have some tuna. Okay, then what are we supposed to do? That was all the things. Seems to be unconscious. At least he seems stable for now. Let me know if you find anything interesting. I did. Do you have to combine items in the menu somehow? Okay, nothing we have is usable on the door. Nothing we have is combinable with anything. I've done what they told me to do, but it's not working. Is there anywhere else? Does he have more belongings anywhere? Like, you told me that was what I was supposed to do. I've found it. Is there any other place which had his belongings? This is exactly what I mean about not liking this genre. I'm so bad. It's like, I can't, like, when you just have to, like, walk around every room and click on everything until you eventually find, like, whatever the hell it is you're supposed to use. With no indication whatsoever. Do you leave something in the shitter? I've done that. I clicked on it. I've done that. It told me I found everything. As if some kind of, like, a venting error happened. I'm gonna look up a guide. It would suck to end this on this note. I was getting really excited when the plot started happening, and then... Okay, we have to go into our inventory and use the item As opposed to combining it, like, so far we haven't had to use any item. We have to go into inventory and we have to click on the item to find out there was actually more in the old Bible. That was what we needed. Okay. Strange, there are scrawled notes in the column, sounds like a madman's diary. I'll skip to the last page. Tomorrow's the day. See, I would have thought the fact that it said take the items from there and show them to Sabina, I would have assumed that we have to go back and take the items to Sabina and then she would, like, together we'd have a cutscene reading this or something. I didn't think, because nothing so far has required us to go into it and actually click on the item and use the item. It's only been going to the menu and clicking the item to combine the items. Again, these basic leaps in logic that you have to do for these kind of puzzles I just don't get, and I'm not very good at them. I tend to be like, if the game has told me this is possible, I will do it. If a game has not told me it's possible, I tend to, like, get stuck within the logic loop, and I don't think, like, in the real life this would be possible, but in the game they didn't say it. I don't know, if I'm making sense. Tomorrow's the day when this vessel will be at its nearest point to the gates of the kingdom. This will be the day of judgment, the day of transcendence, when finally I will complete the journey of a lifetime. Failure is not an option. However, if any of these heathens try and stop me, I'll be forced to take drastic measures. I will trigger explosives, which I have already sewn into all of my clothes, even my underwear, especially my underwear. Eek, explosives. You should tell Sabina about this. Found an old Bible and a jacket belonging to Yusuf. He said he's got explosive pants. The notes in the Bible say something about explosives sewn to his clothes. What? Let me see. Yes, it's just what we need. Here, take a knife and cut the jacket open. Be very careful. Okay, I'm not much of a seamstress though. Just try to blow us all up. Okay, now we can go in the menu and combine things with the jacket. Okay. Didn't do it in the right order. These explosives look rather dangerous. Of course they're dangerous, they're explosives. Let's set the operator on time. We'll need to fix one of them onto the door to the cockpit. Move away quickly. Oh joy, another life-threatening adventure. Yay, bye. Oh my god, I love our relatable protagonist so much. Doop. Hello, crazy man. Please leave us off on a good thing before we end this up. I had a feeling you would find your way in here eventually. Beautiful, isn't it? Just as it appeared in my dream. Stand down, Yusuf. Don't make me shoot you. Come now, my girl. How would you rather die? Torn apart by explosives or consumed in the glorious flames of the Almighty? It's over, Yusuf. You need help. I'm glad he's having empathy, and this man clearly is having some kind of mental breakdown. No, there is nothing in this worldly realm that can help ease the suffering of my soul. There is nothing left for me here. Nothing. Except Gnosia for Nintendo Switch. The time of judgment has come. Well, I noticed your sprite looks very different on there. You've got large eyes on your sprite, and you've got ironically smaller eyes on your actual portrait. Wait, stop or I'll shoot. That was close. He did have explosive underwear. Good riddance. I only wish you could have died more painfully. I wish you could die more painfully. Okay, no, you've had a redemption arc. Okay, you're working on it. Hey now. I gave up on feeling sympathy for monsters a long time ago. Same, that's how I feel too about you. But don't besmirch the name of monsters like that. Especially when there are more pressing matters to attend to. How's the Colonel? I'm gonna say it's impressive they've got a good, like, unique, like, knockdown sprite there. I don't think it is the default, like, unconscious sprite. That's cool. You've given more detail to these things. Good. Great. Even if it is, like, more detail to a sad dead grandpa. Still stable. If we get into hospital soon, you might have to... Yes! Thank you! He's the only man I care about in this entire place. Except Zuma the ship cat. And Gnosia on Nintendo Switch. Looks like Inner Station has... And that weird-looking dustbin in the corner. Looks like Inner Station has the nearest medical facility. It can get us there in a few hours. Let's hope we don't mind helping strangers in need. End of Act 1. Act 2, in this station. Looking from the guide, it seems there are only 3 acts in this game, so I guess it's a pretty short game. I'll check up actually. Oh well, it says it's about only 1 hour, but I've already gone that much this far, so I guess it's only 1 hour if you are smart about solving puzzles. Hey, I am back after finishing the game, and it was really good. The problems I was having before persisted. A lot of the puzzles are really confusing and hard to figure out. But when I was playing with a guide, whenever I got stuck, I'd play and I'd try my best up to the best of my ability. And like when I got stuck, I'd try a guide. Playing it that way, it was really good and I enjoyed it. I'd recommend people out there who have like similar situations, like it's okay to use a walkthrough. It's okay to admit you're not good at a genre, and like as long as you're not like following the walkthrough the entire way and like not actually experiencing the gameplay, I think they can be a good enhancer to your gameplay experience. Like if I just like the entire way through just been following a list, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed myself. But using it as a like get out of jail free card when you get really stuck, it really does enhance the gaming experience. To be honest, as I was continuing playing, there were a lot of situations where I felt like it wasn't my fault that I was getting stuck. It was just the game being unintuitive about how you do it. Quite a few times I had the correct solution, but I couldn't do it in the correct way the game wanted me to. Like, just for an example, there was a situation where you had to blow up a robot with explosives, and I was clicking on the robot and it just kept saying no, 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 no. And if I clicked on the explosives in any other room, it would say, no, I can't use explosives. What you had to do was you had to walk into that room and you had to open your menu and click on the explosives, which would now do a different thing as opposed to every other room. No puzzle in the entire game involves looking at something in your inventory in a specific room. I had no idea that was a thing that would even happen. And again, I was clicking on the robot, I was clicking on the correct thing, it just didn't want me to click on it, it wanted me to click on the menu instead. It does remind me of Ace Attorney in that kind of way, where it's like, quite frequently you'll have the right solution to the problem, but you clicked on like the knife that the person was holding when you should have clicked on the picture of them holding the knife or whatever. But yeah, aside from that, the plot was actually quite interesting. Strangely enough, nothing that happened in the first chapter is like ever referenced again. It seems like it was just an excuse to get that character in, so you would go down to the place with the real villains. The next two chapters of the thing were just like confronting these entirely different villains on like a mining station. There was a guy who covered up a murder. He locked up like one of the witnesses to his murder in the basement, and you find him and he's like, oh, this is a murder happened, you have to save me and save everyone else, and you go back and he's locked the doors and you're all locked in, and it's all really dramatic and cool. And that's why it gets really cool. The chapter 2, you're playing as the same protagonist. Chapter 3, you actually play as the arsehole lady. Like, she completes her redemption arc by literally becoming the protagonist in the final chapter. And it's really interesting to be able to wander around and, like, hear completely different flavor text for every item in the game, in the game now you've picked her, because she has a totally different personality. That was really cool. It made me get a bit more endeared to her. And, like, yeah, she has completely completed her redemption arc by literally, like, to do this big, long chain of fetch quests to, like, get literal power armor to come back and save Gale. And, like, I kind of ship them now. Is that bad? I don't know if that's where it's going. To me, it felt like that's where it was going, but I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. Because, yeah, it does end, that's one thing I did find a bit annoying. It ended with, only Sabina and not the Colonel does survive, that's great. The Colonel survives, and in the end he helps out Sabina to save Gale in the end. But in terms of only Sabine and not the Colonel joining Gale's party full-time to work on her ship and to be a co-pilot and to maybe be her love interest perhaps in the future, perhaps? But yeah, that's a shame, because the Colonel was a guy I liked immediately, and Sabine was the character who I didn't like, and it took the entire game to try and convince me to mildly like her. Now I like both of them, because both of them stay. That's a bit of a shame. I do hope the Colonel comes back maybe later, like even just a cameo appearance. I would have liked him to be like perpetually on the team, because he got barely any screen time. Even when he does finally like wake up and he edits like right at the last 5 minutes, he's saved like right before the end, and he gets like 2 lines of dialogue. It's a big shame. But I gotta say, Grumpy Lady getting on a set of power armor and fucking throwing missiles at a bunch of evil miner men to save her possible new girlfriend and be like, I was wrong about everything and I'm going to prove it with lasers, was a really fucking cool moment, and here's the image of that. Also, I really like the side characters, Dex and Val, the shipping robots. They had really interesting designs. All of the designs for the robots in this game, they're like a totally different sprite style. It's a really cool one. I think I found there's a credit of who made them in the credits. Yeah, original robot sprites by Person Ego. Person Ego, you are fucking amazing at making robot sprites. I loved them all. They looked better than everything else in the game. And it was a little bit oddly out of place, and they were so great, but like they were really great. And I'm glad that this person chose to put Person Ego's sprite in their game, because Person Ego is very good at ironically making sprites of not people but robots. So yeah, I really love the side plot of those two robots, where it starts off and you have like one robot who acts like cliche, monotonous and robotic, like I do not have emotions, and then one robot who acts like kind of silly and is like, oh, I think I must be malfunctioning, I seem to be feeling emotions, and then like by the end of it you find out that the other robot who acts all robotic actually was also malfunctioning and also feels emotions and is in love with the other robot, and he just didn't want to admit to himself. He was like in denial. He was like, oh, I can fix myself if I just like gaslight myself into continuing to obey directions and not admit I have free will. But in the end you help him realize he's got free will, and you help him and the other robot get together, and it was a really sweet side plot. It's like a grand total of 10 minutes in the entire game, and it really warmed my heart, and I hope to come back later, because they end up teaming up to help you against the bad miner guys, because they're robots like working for the miner guys, so like they like save the entire fucking day. They let you have the power armor, they let you go and like blow shit up and save your girlfriend. It's amazing, and I love it, and it was great, and it was such a good climax and a good ending, and it made me actually start liking Sabina. And like, even if I'm still annoyed that we don't get to keep the other guy, I'm looking forward to more adventures of Gale and Sabina, and I'm surprised because from the start of the game I fucking hate this Sabina. And that's a good sign of a good game. It was a very short game. It was like an hour long in total. It was an hour and a half. And I look, and it's honestly a really good business model they've done. This game is completely free to play on Steam. You can play it right now if you want. There's like 7 more games in the series. Also, they have some kind of strange Western mystery, possible vampire games. You'll be the death of me, Annie Bruce. Every one of them is also like a good 1 to 2 hour short little experience. All of those are paid games, so this is basically like a really long demo for the whole series. And it's like the demo is an entire first game, and that's a really cool way of doing it. I guess you could sort of think of it as like it is one game with like 7 chapters, where it's been split up into 7 applications. But it's really cool. Every game in the series is like £1, £2. I don't know how much it'd be in dollars or whatever currency you use out there, but it's like really, really cheap. Like, if you're into, like, play the first chapter of this. If you like it, the other chapters are fucking cheap as shit. You can get all of them with a tenner. I love it, and I've downloaded them all. I'm going to play them all now. And this is my recommendation as someone who does not even like point-and-click games. I like this a lot. Developers who created this, feel proud. Also, Person Ego, feel proud of your amazing fucking robot sprites, like fucking shit. Also, I hope they return in the later chapters. I hope every character except the evil guys returns in later chapters. I hope we're just out there living our crazy lesbian space adventure fantasies, and then we just walk into the Colonel and he's like, "Hi, I'm having a wonderful day. I've met these 2 robots. I've adopted them now as my children. The world is wonderful. Light is shining across the universe because this game exists." Also, again, gotta say, really shows that you can't judge an RPGmaker game by its cover. Games that use like really commonly overused tile sets and stuff like that can be fucking amazing. You can have a great story, you can have great characters, you can have a really neat idea for a game. You can have like mouse click plugins that weren't very common you can have like just overall a really great package. But the only problem is like sometimes slightly unintuitive solutions. But that's a problem that the entire point and click genre has. So maybe I'm just weird for complaining about it. But yeah. It's great, it's wonderful. If I had judged it just based on the screenshots, I would not have played a really excellent game. And that is why I'm really glad I've been doing this random RPGmaker Roulette. And I hope you all enjoy the next episode too. Both the next episode of my show and also the next episode of this game. You should go out and you should go buy episode 2 right now. Extra update, the Steam trading cards have a concept art for the character, which looks extremely strange and like it was stitched together out of stock photos. In this situation, if you're not actually able to draw or even hire someone to draw an image, then I don't think it's necessarily very good to make a Steam card. Like, you could have just made Steam trading cards using the in-game sprites and stuff, and it probably would have looked a lot better. I do guess maybe the time this came out was a time when like almost every game had to have Steam trading cards and achievements. Like, that might also be why all the achievements were like you got them like weirdly for doing things that didn't seem like an achievement at all. It can be a greater debate on the topic of like whether these things are actually beneficial to a game at all. There are plenty of games which do have great Steam trading card art and do have like genuinely fun in achievements to make, but I don't think everyone should necessarily have to have them. Today we're going to be playing Machina of a Planetary Planet Ruler, which is an oddly repetitive name. Already really liking this title screen. I don't know if I've managed to catch footage of it, but it's like it's been slowly changing back and forth between like a nighttime and a brighter version of the same graphic. It's like a very slow going gradient. I think that's really cool. Also glad that it's got a little thing telling you what the controls are, because this is just be the bigger roulette has been whether it's going to be Z or enter or space to click on things. I know absolutely nothing about this one except it's got a fancy name, so let's set our timer and let's go. Look. This is the true form of the Machina, of the planetary, of the ruler of the Machina. This can't be. The avatar of the gods, the Machina of the planetary, of the character of the avatar of the gods of the Machina. We've been played like pawns. The real reason why the old world was destroyed was there's some kind of twist which we're establishing before even establishing the status quo. I've just noticed the window is slightly the wrong size. I hope that's fixed the resolution slightly there. 1 centimetre shorter on the left-hand side. Ooh, the old world is being destroyed. No! The Machina the planetary is what will guide us to salvation. So we're having a bit of an in medias res where some kind of twist has happened with the Machina planetary, which we do not know yet what it is or why it's important, but evidently it's not important, it's actually bad somehow! Wah! ... You understand, don't you? Even the people of the old world were not gods. I like this font. I haven't seen this font used before. It's quite big and large and big. Those amazing attributes were nothing more than products of industry. Okay, so that's the twist. The twist is that something that people thought was holy magic was actually a machine, but it's called a Machina. I would have assumed it was a machine. and again, I have no context. Why are we dropping a twist before we even got to the untwist? Maybe the planet tree itself is nothing but a product of human... This feels like we've just jumped to the end of the game. Maybe the title of the game was actually false, says the first 5 seconds of the game. Shut up! Yeah, let me find this out later, please. If this thing comes back to life, that really may be the end of us all. Just like for the people of the old world. So the Machina of the planet tree is like, they're powering the planet tree with like the energy of souls or something maybe, or something bad, and then when it reawakens everyone dies. I don't know. What is the Machina? What is the planet tree? Let's just let go of these false hopes and dreams that we have not established what they even were. I'm confused. We need to take the future. We need to take our future by the reins of our own 2 hands, and our own 50 words of the title. I still can't get over planet tree, planet ruler, planet tree, Machina, planet tree. What's wrong about clinging to hopes and dreams? I don't know. The game is not telling me. What about those who have nothing else to live for? What else is left for them but that? Frankly, I don't give a damn. Okay, whoever you are. Person number 1, you're evil. I don't know who these people are or what's happening, but you're kind of mean. Why, you? That's understating it. I'm going to clear a path for them. What if this game is translated from Japanese? I know that's a thing that happens a lot in Japanese. In Japanese, it's like there's like 1,000 different ways to say you, and there's like one which is like insulting. So often when you see a translation where someone is just like randomly yelling you, and it sounds like they should be saying you bastard, it means it's a Japanese translation. So I don't know, I'm going to clear a path for them, and to do that, I must destroy the Machina of the planet tree, the planet ruler of the Machina. I am the ruler of the planet ruler of the Machina of the Machina of the Machina tree. 10 years later. Oh, I am not liking this. Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really not liking that visuals, having like fully like default RPGmaker VX Ace backgrounds, and then the actual character sprites are completely original. They're entirely different resolutions. That does not look good. I'm so sorry. Like, I appreciate doing original sprites, original graphics. I love that big portrait. That portrait is so big it's covering half the goddamn screen. This is a good example of why sometimes being original is not necessarily a good thing. Well, it's a good thing, but you need to think about how you mix your original stuff in with non-original stuff. Like, I wouldn't say it's as good so far as like if you go original, you have to make everything original. You have to like overwork yourself to death. But like, think about whether your original stuff fits in with the other stuff, and then maybe pick a different sprite pack. Like, for example, like this one. If you'd gone for like one of the other sprite packs, like Vexed Enigma's sprite pack might work better because it has like taller character sprites and like, I don't know. But yeah, this is just giving me flashbacks to those terrible Dragon Quest Switch ports. Thankfully not as bad, as those are the only times I've literally got motion sickness from the game, because the resolution of the character sprites, the resolution of the backgrounds is so different that it changes. Like, every time you take a step, everything feels like it's like re-deinterlacing, and it's just, oh, it made me so sick. But yeah, that giving me the vibe of that, but I hope I can get over the visual dissonance and not let it judge my perception of the game. Anyway, our guy's name is Cram because he's cramming the plot into the first 5 seconds before we don't even know what's going on. Pushing for dangerous jobs onto... Oh! And I'm taking back what I said about the font being good of its bit. Why is his name font so small? Why is his text font so big? Why is his portrait so big? Why is his sprite so small? It doesn't fit with the resolution of the actual assets. Everything is an entirely different visual style. I don't like it. I'm so sorry. Like, they're all good visual styles, but they don't go together. Like, here, look at the bloody Castlevania sprite. I click one text box further and I have even more questions. Who the fuck is this handsome Squidward orb? Oh, do I sense some dissatisfaction? The game knows! The game knows! Not at all. Here, but the seal on the barrier inside was lifted just the other day. I don't know what's going on. Perhaps because the ether concentration levels have been rising nationwide. That means... I'm just imagining like that meme, like the guy pulling out of a tiny Michael Jackson photo and being like, should I buy the fries at McDonald's today? I'm just imagining him, he just pulled out a tiny strange slime or the person with an entire handsome human face, and it's just like, can I get onion rings please, sir? And he's like, no, the ether concentration levels! You'll destroy the Machina, whatever that is! That means whatever's in here is right, but okay, so we're playing some kind of treasure hunter, maybe. Also, in retrospect, what's going up with his design? Looking at it, is that his arm, and what is the white thing? Is that a really wide torso? Is he holding a pillow under his arm? It looks like he's holding a pillow under his arm. Or he's like got half a bare tummy. Is that an arm or a tummy? I don't know. Couldn't wish for anything else, except clarification. That is all well and good, but unexploited ruins likely mean that the guardians from the old world are still alive and well inside. Yeah, seems like something really big is deep inside here. Insert perverted joke. Yeah. I don't even have a mind for that kind of stuff, and I'm still like, oh, that's not a good translation there. I am starting to think this might be a Japanese game translated. Not because it's like badly written in any way, it's just having strange turns of phrase. That is where we come in, yes? That is where you come. I'm sorry. It's a perfect chance to test out your new parts. Oh, so is he like the spirit of the machine or something? The goggles on his head, is he a Machina? I don't know. Make sure you log every single detail. He's some kind of computer. Do be gentle with... Okay, so maybe it is intentional, like, shipping teams between these two characters. That's an odd pairing if I've ever heard of one. Random pillow-carrying man and a 2 centimeter tall orb. I support their love. Naruto run, Naruto run, Naruto run, Naruto run. Yeah, being a bloody, like, fully animated, completely different game. Press D! Press D! Press D to talk to your love orb! Kronos, watch your status. Kronos, please explain. I don't know what's going on. EFA charge 98. Conversion efficiency at 82. No problems. That doesn't help at all. I am even more confused. EFA levels in the ruins are steadily rising too. Looks like we can really try out the new features. Ah yes, you did spend all of last night adding those features in. Yeah, once the conversion core is revved up, we can start the test and look forward to that. With a body like mine, I can already see what kind of features we're talking about here though. I don't know. Like, what features can you add to an orb? Are you turning him into a triangle? What was I even saying before? I'm getting distracted. Like every scene, something new is baffling me. None of this is bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just you have really thrown me in the deep end with no context for what is going on. Not a soul here. This area of the ruins is currently blocked off. It's weird. They both threw me in with no idea what's going on, and they also over-explain things which you'd think would be an end-game plot twist. It's currently blocked off, the guards must have left as well. Who is Kronos? Who are we talking to? Where is Kronos? Is Kronos like embedded somehow in his magic goggles? Is he a technology AI? I don't know. Is Kronos an invisible person who is here? Is Kronos, like, from the look of him, it looks like he's 2 centimeters tall. I don't even. Are they dating? If they are, happy marriage with the orb. I don't know. Carrying on. It's actually a lot of back entries at the school. Okay. You're not a treasure hunter, you are somehow employed by a magical school. Is it like a magical school researching the old ruins of the old world, which is destroyed by the Machina tree, which is somehow bad? Okay, is this like a teacher AI or something? Or a magic familiar? I'm assuming technology because of how it looks, but it could just be a slime. Also, I'm realising I've just assumed that Kronos is a man just because they look like handsome squid, but for all I know, Kronos could be any gender. I'm sorry for misgendering you Kronos. Now, if security isn't around, anyone around here can just show up and excavate the site. Only the daredevils and the foolhardy would even think of entering ruins filled with mechanoids roaming around. So there are machines. I would say Machina, there's a Machina, there's somehow a Machina. There is evidently somehow a Machina. And just which am I? So this is some kind... That's the one thing we've established, there is somehow some kind of magic and technology. Still, for the inner areas of Ruin 7 to open up, huh? Can't detect any of the regular signs of changed activity. What are the regular signs? What is a typical ruin? Establish things, please. I know, it's just that there never been any real discoveries here since it was first reclaimed when the Academy was founded. What is the Academy? Is there a lore menu somewhere here? And so, the journey towards the inner end areas is relatively easy, but if the once sleeping mechanoids make their way out, it'll be pretty tough to clear this place out solo unless it was someone on my level. So you're a boastful character of some kind. Okay. Just do remember to keep your wits about you. I've lost all my wits. I'm sorry our wits have been lost. What is this sparkly orb? Excavating attribute. You got something pretty... Even the item pickups can't give me a straight answer. You gained 1 life regain. Amazing. Well, so I can just click on this all over and over and over again. Okay, so you can only get it. I was thinking like this is an infinite heal spot. Okay, press D for macadarians, macadamia nuts. Machinarians. I'm going to assume that's how it's going to be pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. Other machinarians must have it hard. Is that the term for what we are? It's like a student or a treasure hunter or a ruined stealing person of some kind. It's a machinarian. What is a machinarian? I don't care. That's what we are. We have one fact. Monsters around the academy are rampaging around when they're busy with when they're all busy with handling the active ruins. There have been more and more requests for work outside the academy too, so we've been scurrying about non-stop. The academy is already short on men as it is, leaving us completely dry. What are the attributes in storage? What is an attribute? And yeah, because it was like it wasn't like item pickup, it was like attribute pickup. Is it going to be like these aren't physical items? They're somehow like downloaded into your machines or something? I mean, safe hands, or is it just a weird translation? Okay, I am 999% sure now that this is translated from Japanese and someone has been making strange choices, because that's a factoid. The Elite Four in Pokemon is a unique term used for the dub of Pokemon, but in Japanese the equivalent term was a commonly used term in Japan, which is used for many other games. It's the Four Heavenly Kings, which is like a reference to mythology, and like in Pokemon they're like, oh, how do we translate this without mentioning mythology, because that was back in an era where like mentioning religion in dubs was wrong, somehow we can't mention anything except Christianity. Ooh. Like that's when he made up Elite Four as just, oh, that's a catchy term, a neutral amount of four things. But you never see any other game use that, because it's a trademarked Pokemon term. This makes me think this is a game where they've used the normal Japanese term and someone translating it has just like Babelfish swapped it out for whatever Google Translate gave you, which would be the Pokemon term, because it's the most popular usage of it in English. Either that, or it was translated by a fan of Pokemon who deliberately put a reference in. But the Elite Four are playing babysitter, which we can establish that any kind of group of four important people, that's probably what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same context as in Pokemon. Just like the term Mao, which is like Demon King, Devil Lord, like 5,000 different translations. That's a common like trope term. Like it's as common as saying hero is like saying the Four Heavenly Kings, the Mao, or etc. like that. Those are both things that in English, like 99% of games will translate it wildly different. The one I like for Mao is like Overlord or Archfiend. Those are my two favourites I've seen. They sum up all the meanings for it, because like quite often it's translated as like Demon King, Dark Lord, like very male gendered terms, where it's not, it's just like any term for any kind of really powerful demon. So I like Archfiend. I like putting a big thing over the screen. I vote for Archfiend. That also would explain why the font is inconsistent and strangely large, because if they are just like having like the font was the Japanese font and they've just like replaced it with English letters, but they've stayed the same size, that would explain why the inconsistency. Crack theories here, crack theories, I have no proof. I'll edit it if I do find proof. I'm sure they can keep pace with any ruffians that come their way. What I'm not sure about is if they're doing a good job actually protecting the attributes. Okay, so are attributes people or items? Is attributes the name for the citizens? I'm gonna look at the menu. Okay, that's a really cool looking menu. Is there any kind of lore menu? Okay, items are called items, so attributes doesn't mean that. Really, really good and amazing and interesting interface. I like that, but I don't like how the icons are blurred and nothing else on the screen is blurred. So, okay, these things that were called attributes are indeed called items. Okay, attribute means scavenged materials. Okay, we have a fact. I would not call an attribute by any kind. We have a timer in the corner telling us how long we've played. That's really helpful for my purposes. I like the interface, I like everything. I don't like the term attribute for like crafting material. Like attribute sounds like the thing the crafting material would give you in the interface. Like, oh, it has this attribute or fire or whatever. You don't call it an attribute. Anyway, I like this artwork. I don't know. That maybe hints what our weird little talking creature slime thing is. That art there, we have some kind of robot machine on our arm or a magic arm or something. That's what we could have just established. Arts. Okay, so arts means skills. Arts means skills. Status, tell me, who am I? Cranlan Veluche, the S-ranked Machinarian. What are all of these words? One of the prominent geniuses of Helmer and Machina. I I'm getting so used to saying Machinery Academy. His dream is to build an airship. You have given me more information than any of the plot has so far. Laboratory. Okay, is that crafting? Why are all the words not what they're supposed to be? Okay, let's carry on. Let's acquire some attributes. Okay, we've acquired the attributes. Okay, we'll press D to talk to our friend again. I like that you've got a skit system where you talk to your lovely friend. But I would like to know who they are. So, okay, the thing that's on this, that's something attached to his arm, which is some kind of machine. Okay, it's not a giant pillow or a big slice of squid sashimi. Alright, time to excavate. After some number of attempts, you aren't to find anything from excavation. Okay, why is that so, Pram? No idea. Hey, if I rest in the inn and come back, maybe I could find new stuff. Preposterous. Okay, I like that. Like, I don't think the tutorial is actually correct. It sounds quite silly, actually. Me, the posh man, I know all. Okay, so now we have all the talkings. Please say the plot is behind this door. Please explain. Please explain. Well then, the real work starts here. Ether concentration levels exceed those normally needed for standard growth of monsters. Ether is certainly much more important. Okay, is ether like monster energy, like meso? That's another word that's like semi-commonly used in games. It's also translated different. It's like it was malice in Shadow Hearts. It was dark matter in DQMJ. It was just left as meso in Kudalka. Anyway, ether is not a good translation because that just sounds like, you know, ethanol. The drunk levels are high in this building. Hey Cronus, you're still on vacation. What is vacation mode? I just imagine the tiny slime, like, / crystal creature is now wearing a little Hawaiian shirt when we cut back to them. On the contrary, I'm always ready for battle. And you, Cram? It's been a while since the last rule. Cram, hostile detected. Well, that was fast. Let's go, Kronos. Battle mode. So yeah, Kronos is some kind of thing. Oh god, this looks so bad! Fucking hell! The interlacing on the sprite is entirely wrong. Like, oh! Everything on the screen is scaled wrong. Is this an error that I'm playing it on Windows 11? It's not intended. Would this look better? This is the default resolution it started in. I hate that because I like how good the sprite looks and it's well animated, it's got a lovely hand and stuff, but it's just so crunchy and you can see all the details are being fucked up. It's like, that's on a pixel scaling, it's fucked up in pixel scale. The other ones, they're fucked up in like bilinear scaling. No! Why are the HP bars a different level away from them? It's like, it's on the bottom of the slime and it's far away on the backs. Why is there still a name box on the text box and there is no name? Okay, why are we so tiny compared to a basic bat? Why is there even the background? Like, do we generally have bilinear, bicubic, and pixel resize all on the same screen? Fucking hell. If you're using assets from several different asset packs, check when they're the same resolution, please, for the love of God. You will make genuinely good-looking things look terrible, and I feel so sorry for whoever made that really excellent pixel art sprite which is not being utilized correctly. Anyway, basic RPGmaker VX8 enemies appeared in this. Oh, about cost and arts. I need squash because I nearly blew my throat out reacting to this. Offense consists of combining skills / arts. Why do you not just call them skills then? It's okay. At least that's a semi-common random synonym used in several other games. I've never seen another game that says attributes for crafting items. Bloody hell. Each corresponding art depletes cost. Why random quotation marks? By a certain amount. Currently you have 3.00 cost. Does that mean 300 or does that mean free? Why did you put the 00? Why are we counting this in decimals? Why any of these choices? None of these choices match with anything else. I feel so mad. Find enemies' weaknesses and discover the most effective way to deal damage. Okay, so we're having some kind of unique and interesting battle system where we combine multiple skills into a combo skill. That sounds really interesting. That explains why attributes, I'm presuming, would be like attributes put together to make a bigger skill. But again, calling the item that you get the attribute from the attribute is really confusing. Honestly, like if you call them attributes instead of why is the menu so tiny? Why is the menu so tiny and it has no form of interface whatsoever? It's just plain text. Why is it overlapping the sprite? Why do you not move the word item downwards below the sprite? Okay. Oh, this is not a good. Okay. So customers under this like up, down, right, which is like damage reduction, escape chance, charge. Okay, so does using charge give you damage reduction? Does charge mean defend? Arts. Okay, this is all like. So it is literally just. You just put a decimal point in it for no reason. You could have just written 1. You could have just written 1. Okay, it's good to have interesting flavor text for things, but this is just making it extra confusing to know that that's just a defense ability. Phase to another phase plane to defend. What's an overart? What's an overart? Okay, I don't know what just happened, okay? Evidently, the way you combine attacks is by, like, hitting multiple things when you've got a timer, and then you've got a limit on how many times you can use that. So it's kind of like Zell's limit break in Final Fantasy VIII, I remember it that way. But what is an overart? What makes it an overart? Is overart just a stronger version of it? Should I have saved that for the end of the combo to increase it? I don't know. Explain to me, tutorial, explain. I didn't mean explain the basic concept of what a combo is, I mean explain this system is. Okay, using the same attacks will not increase the combo, you need to go for... That's helpful, thank you. So I should be alternating my attacks. It's really well animated, but it's so small, it's so Okay. Also, we're speaking in Japanese, I really think this is a Japanese translated game. Okay, that's the voice of our little old friend. Okie dokie, I'm gonna overart this. I'm gonna overart that. It sure would help if I knew what you were saying. That was a bit overwhelming. That's about right, just within my estimates. We are still on a lower level after all. Normally the monsters here wouldn't even attack. So, okay, let me get here. We are playing as some kind of treasure hunting man working for an academy who wants to be the best and make a boat. And he's dating his own hand, which is handsome Squidward. And the Machina tree is bad. The Machina tree is bad somehow. Better hurry up and get this over with so we can find out what the fuck the plot is. Okay, I'm just going to avoid picking up all these things. I just want to get through in the time we have. That was weird clipping on that save spot. I was literally just standing above it. Okay, so with that voice, I'm gonna assume that the handsome Squidward man is either male or masculine. Not a non-binary, you can't have deep voices if they want. The animation was going so fast I couldn't even really see what was happening, but I think our arm turned into a gun. Yeah, we have a little gun. Our boyfriend becomes a gun. And says things I do not understand. I do have a pet peeve of that in Japanese games when they translate, they have like characters saying dialogue but no subtitles because it's not in a cutscene. I wish they would like add subtitles into the English version so you could understand. Hey Cronus, it's like Mariella has something against me. Why is that? Because when Miss Mariella was just appointed to a post, you turned down the offer to be a bodyguard. Who is Miss Mariella? We have not mentioned her at all before now. Really? I mean, she could have just ordered me to do it, right? Let us join forces and forge a new world together. Of course I'd refuse. She was being theatrical about it. You know she was dead serious. Besides, if we took her up on that, the Elite Four would become the Elite Five. No way that can happen. Well, in Pokemon they literally are 5, so I really think this is a translation if it's not originally Elite Four. Telling her that with a straight face must have been the main reason. About save points, this verdant crystal looks like it's a lay spot for ether flowing about, aka it's just a save where everything is so confusing. Whenever I enter it, I can feel the ether stimulating me as it clearly recalls my... Okay, that's interesting, an in-use explanation of how save points work. What good would that do? Making memories, I guess. Okay, please explain. Fork in the road. According to the map data, the 7th path will be shorter. The path on the right has quite a lot of explanation, please. I'm going to go with shorter paths. I want to get to any kind of plot explanation, please. Oh no, any kind of plot explanation, please. Hostile detective, any kind of plot explanation, please. I don't want to look at this battle screen ever again, it's so fucking hideous. Oh, okay, thank you for explaining. Overart, I wish you'd done the tutorial thing where you disable functions until you're actually ready to explain them. You can use 30 TP to activate a powerful overart. Okay, so if That's useful to know. They count as different arts, so you can repeat the same art twice in a row if it uses an overart. Okay. But using a TP wisely, you can dish out a lot of it. It goes so fast, I didn't have time to like look at it and find out which TP actually is. Route overtension, what is this? During command selection, when your TP is at 100, you may press D to activate overtension. During overtension, your maximum cost will be doubled. We have 0 TP on the next hit. Okay. Whenever your TP falls below 10, you become afflicted with irritation, greatly crippling your status, so make sure you plan ahead. This is a complicated ass system. So our TP is now up to 100 for the purposes of that. Okay, we have to press D here, not D in that menu. And it makes our sprite even more poorly scaled. There goes our timer. We still do not know what this is about, so we'll forge on ahead a little bit. I would like, yes, Presty, please explain what the fuck that is. Just the other day I thought I was back at the academy, and now here I am running non-stop brewing subjugation order. Okay, so this is some kind of course from the academy. It's a teaching you, is it a part-time job? I don't know, I don't understand. Alright, it's about time for me to open your office maintenance. All I did yesterday was install a unit after all. There's never enough money for that. Oh, I do apologise, if only we could go out and work part. I like our sassy, strange, handsome orb. If the academy keeps us all up, it's going to go into the red in no time, which means goodbye research. Okay, so are you working for the academy? Are you a teacher? Are you doing a research grant? You look like a child. Except because Miss Mariella snapped during the mock mechanoid rampage the other day. We're talking about things we have not seen, we have now established. I guess this is a naturalistic way of establishing characters and making you curious about the world, but again, not so good for the purposes of this, where I'm going in and doing a short sample. I have no clue what the fuck is going on. I think they did throw us too much in the deep end. And again, the only thing we know is something that is probably going to be a twist to all the characters. The only thing we know is something the characters don't know. Trading of attributes is getting regulated by the Chamber of Commerce, and research doesn't necessarily translate to cash. Maybe the Academy's time has come. It is not the Academy, but is it not the Academy that your father, the headmaster, establishes? Is this also really unnatural dialogue where everyone's just like, oh, by the way, the thing that you know and I know, I'm going to say it out loud for the purposes of the audience which does not know. And also I'm not going to explain it very well so the audience still doesn't know what's going on, so it's all pointless. Don't really mind, it's not like he's around anymore anyway. Yeah, I don't care at all. I care, I want to know what the fuck is, okay, legendary attribute. Just beyond this barrier lies lands yet to be explored. Though it'd be nicer if I could find any info about that legendary item. Do you mean Machina, the legendary attribute? See, if I heard, I mean, it would be like machine, the final element after like fire and water. So, but I guess like it's just Machina, the legendary piece of dirt you find in the crafting spot. Just mentioned in documents from the old world here and there, but descriptions are disparate to the point of irrelevancy. From depictions of giant mechanoids to it being human-sized and mentions of it being a monster outfit. Okay, definitely I'm thinking this is a mistranslation because that could be a very literal English translation of Kigurumi, which means like a cosplay suit. Like a snuggie shaped like a monster. That would be a funny line, that would be a funny way of ending that line, as opposed to this, which just doesn't make any sense. Yes, again, you really hate the Machina that much, Kronos. Something that, if manipulated properly, has enough power to control the world? Awkward grammar? I'm just reminding you that it's nothing more than an urban legend. I'm sure it's nothing but hoax propaganda designed to reel in would-be prospectors about it. Prospectors isn't... I would not pick the word prospectors for adventurers searching for treasure. I guess it's technically correct, but you're not panning for gold? Well, that could be the case. But what if it wasn't? Isn't there a kind of romance to it? Again, this is another Japaneseism, like romance being used as a loan word to mean like you see in One Piece the first chapter is called Romance Dawn. It doesn't actually mean like about people smooching. There is no romance in Romance Dawn. It means like the start of an adventure. The term like, oh, a man's romance being used to mean like an old western adventure, which we don't use anymore, but it's like they've taken the old version of the term. It's interesting, but also it's awkward translation. Romantic, is it something on that scale? Yeah, like romantic to mean like big and epic rather than romantic. But I support you having a romantic adventure with your weird robot husband. About the ceiling balance, I like that we're getting skits of our characters, but also there's quite a lot of them and they're explaining basic concepts that the plot is not explaining. The barrier still seems to be a heavy gate that partitions off each of the areas in the ruins. isn't clear on how to open these barriers, but research shows that they greatly affect the ether fluctuations within the ruins. Generally, there are tracks and other mechanisms to keep any outsiders away from the interior. Pretty much like a trap treasure chest, eh? Yeah, it's a trap, so it's like a trap. Maybe you should have said like a booby trap. I don't know. Why are we suddenly sad? Okay, our TPU's run out. Okay, that's why we're suddenly sad. That's not where I meant to go. I want to go whichever progresses the plot, please. Like, I don't care about getting the correct items right now. I would like to progress the plot. I would like to avoid this battle screen as much as physically possible. To be quite honest, making the player dislike the main mode of combat in your game is kind of a death sentence. Even if when we get to the explanation of the plot it ends up being really interesting, I probably don't think I'm going to continue playing this. I am a stickler for, like, not necessarily graphical quality has to be high, but graphics have to be, like, at least somewhat consistent and pleasing. Like, inconsistency in graphics gets me way more than it just being bad. Also gotta say, the environment design is not very good. It's just been really, really, really big plain corridors with a weirdly badly scaled character sprite on it. Like, I'm genuinely starting to wonder whether this actually is an original character sprite or it's somehow ripped and edited from another game, because it looks so good. And it looks so good, but it's scaled so poorly, and it really makes me think, like, was this somehow like an error made in scaling a sprite? Is it just, I just find it hard to believe that someone would make such a good sprite and then purposefully make it look this way. It feels like wasting your own work. But then again, if it was using, like, ripped sprites, it wouldn't be allowed to be sold on the Steam store, right? Ah, we've been going nowhere but down, so my legs hurt like ow. Having no legs, I find your sentiment hard to comprehend. That's funny, I like you, Kronos, you are a friend. Going downstairs, putting a small burden on your legs and climb, does it? I don't think so. I've never experienced a situation in my life where going down the stairs made me hurt my legs, but often going up the stairs makes me quite winded. How about relying on your own body instead of me for combat? I'm sure it will build strength. Don't think I'm a wimpy little bean sprout. I'm eating an hour of ruins non-stop so the fatigue's built up, okay? You best psych yourself up. After all you'll be going up these very same stairs going back home. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? I like their sassiness. Is there something up, Chorus? Is it hostile? No, but it seems like there's a human up north. I can confirm it due to the noise in the rooms. Okay, we're just being told that a plot event is happening. Someone is stalking us that we haven't seen on screen or in any of the visuals whatsoever. Is that so? I know I was the only one sent out, so maybe it's reinforcements. Based on my radar range, that means that he would be fairly far behind. But I ain't gonna wait. I've split the loot too. I was gonna say, I like that we're having character skips, but the art is so frequent. And they are telling us basic information that, like, would have been nice to be communicated in actual cutscene. Like, I get the idea of starting in medias res, but it seems like such a strange choice to make it to start with, like, oh, this big twist of what the Machina is. It's like someone thought the Machina was good, actually the Machina is bad. And then we go and immediately start playing as, like, again, double in medias res, playing as someone who doesn't know what the Machina is or even that it exists. But also we have no context for who we are. We've had, like, no establishment whatsoever of the norm. There is no the norm. There is no what is actually happening. There is just, this is going to be a plot twist 5 hours from now. And also I don't know who I am. Or what we're doing. Or who anyone is. We're just playing this really, really, really bloody awful battle screen over and over again. And hitting the same attacks over and over again if you only have 2 options for the bloody combo. Like, considering what I'm doing, I'm just like, it's just making it a little bit more annoying than just hitting X to, like, hit basic attacks in the basic game. Now I have to hit X and also go down one and hit X and then also go up one and hit X. Because if I hit X twice in a row, I'll get penalised. I really hope we start unlocking more things. Like, is that what the attributes do? Do they unlock more things? Why do we just teleport, like, 5 feet away from the door to get the cutscene? Okay, this should be the place. That made me think I went through a door and an entirely identical door was behind that door. An entirely identical door was behind that door. An entirely identical door was behind that door. This should be the place. Setting a high ether level response, however the coordinates are. If it's not here, then that'd be one hell of a letdown. Here I thought I could get some good materials. Here I thought I would be told what is even going on. I found it beyond the barrier, the barrier, the barrier, the barrier, the barrier. Why did I just move backwards like that? I pressed forwards, that is pretty damn. That is pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. Okay, that's not a mistranslation, it's just a sentence fragment. I retract my ire. Big monster, big fight is going to give us some more different things happening. It's an entirely different art style, but who cares? We've seen 5 of them. Elder Guardian has appeared. Let's overtake him. So I just keep hitting over arts constantly and overtension. Wow, that was the most underwhelming first boss I've ever seen. Wow, it's so huge! How impressive! How will we beat this? It literally goes down faster than the level 1 enemies. Okay. We've obtained some kind of upgrade. Hopefully that's going to give me more moves to do more things. And then we just fade out and go back and we move one space to the right. What is going on? Phew, that was not one tough nut to crack by any definition of crab. I wonder if I can use this thing's armor as an enhancement unit. Whoa, that's pretty light. I do apologize for raining on your parade, but the fight isn't... Oh, okay, thank you. Please tell me that was easy on purpose. Oh, there was another one. It's rather hard for me to say, but there are another 2. Dun dun dun. Damn, this is bad. Kronos, how's your remaining ether? Based on my estimates... my ether is base. Based on my estimates from the previous battle, it's just barely enough. Figures, well then, what now? Looks like you're in a bit of a pinch. Okay, we have a new friend of some kind. Who the hell are you? Where do you even come from? Same. That's an awfully rude... Oh, it's a fan service person. Oh no. I don't like our design. Well, that's awfully rude. I was liking the design based on the sprite, but just as soon as you zoom in and it's like big booby everywhere, I'm just like, that's not my kind of thing. Big booby and that weird trope of shiny shoulders. Why is that a thing that fan service people have? That's an awfully rude thing to say to someone who's come to rescue you. Also, cat girls exist. We're establishing nothing about the setting, but cat girls exist. I don't need rescuing. Get back again. You're getting away. You're a bit rude. You clearly do need rescuing. How about you back off instead? Oh, I dislike that trope of like you won the battle easily. Now you're being just killed in the cutscene and you need rescuing. Not the best time for either of you to be bickering. Thank you, Kronos, for being the only sane one in the room. Here they come. Okay, Rettler. That's an interesting name. Everyone has kind of strange... I am again thinking this is probably a Japanese game translated. Everyone has names which sound like Japanese people trying to make English names with no comprehension of what English names actually are. You got real like Todd Sweeney, Bunsen Undernut type names here. In Machina for Planetary, join your party members. Cram Lanvalush, Rettler Stolte, Dean Wesry, Dwight Rortugal, Bobson Dugnut, Onson Sweemy, Mike Truck, Sleeve McDykel, Roll Chamberlain! Wow, amazing! Her battle strategy is literally exactly the same, just press up, press down, and hit again. I have had no need to use the one defending skill so far. Does she have an insist? That's not... Oh god, the combo thing covers up the menu to find out what attack you're even bloody using. Okay, that would be useful if the cutscene actually did make us be on low HP to have like a guarding, a kiting attack skill. So I guess that maybe she's going to be like the defensive person. No, she's going to be like the dodging person, I guess. So that'd all be useful, but I don't actually even need it so far. Boy, I sure do love hitting the same button combination over again several times. See, now I'm regretting these guys being hard to take down the second time, because you know what's really boring? Winning a fight easily and then having to do the exact same fight again. But like, it's not even harder, it's just longer. Shoto! The sprite crunching on that makes her look especially bad. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be an underboob. It kind of looks like her abdomen is just folding like a box. And then what the hell is that hand? Really, who in their right mind, any competent pixel artist, who would make such really good animated sprites and then willingly choose them to be stretched? Like, it's got to be some kind of error, right? It's got to be some kind of like disagreement between the sprite artist and the programmer. I don't even know. I want to know what these actually look like when they're unscritched and scrotched. I learned a healing ability. Hooray! We're finally learning new abilities. Thank you. Why are you taking till this level? Why are the cutscenes they just vanished and then reappear? Why are they different size scales on the overworld when they're both supposed to be the same size and they're why do the portals take up 99% of the screen? With two people talking at once, you can barely see a fucking thing. Why is her whole ass out? Oh my bloody Christ. Phew, got out of that one alive. Yeah, why are you Dr. Snap laughing? I know, logically, it's a funny catgirl laugh, and the entire point of the character is that it's supposed to be unexpected that this random mad scientist grandpa does a funny catgirl laugh. But at the same time, like, every time it actually appears for an actual generic fan service catgirl, I'm like, no, you don't deserve to stand where he stood. Nyahaha, easy peasy, papyrus. You know, those are the only two people who deserve to say that. Dr. Snap and Papyrus. Or just literally anybody who doesn't have their tits out the whole time. What's of a stare? Something on my face. You're a fucking cat girl. Of course he's surprised. No, he's not surprised. Okay, cat girls are normal in this world. We've established one thing. Never seen her before, but literally when at last fetch, she's no ordinary person. Hey you, how'd you get in there? Those rooms are currently blocked off by the academy. Ah, well, so that explains why the old dudes at the entrance were all prissy about it. Don't tell me you forced your way in. You're quite the tomboy. Oh, I really, again, makes me really think this is a Japanese translated game, because that's a very common thing in bad manga translations. Is the word tomboy, or like whatever word seems to be translated to tomboy, seems to be used as a own word in Japanese with a different meaning. It's really frequent to have like, oh, you're such a tomboy, to not mean a masculine woman by any definition whatsoever, but just like a fierce woman, a rebellious woman, a woman who has. It's just, oh, you're so manly for breaking the rules while being dressed extremely feminine to the point of like ridiculous fan service. I just don't get it. Wait, that means you're in the academy, right? So you know about attributes, right? I don't know about attributes. Please explain attributes to me. My questions first. Who are you and what are you doing here? I feel like that should have been two questions first. Catching any illegal excavators or... Okay, now we're saying excavators instead of like, what was it panning for gold earlier? Also falls under my line of work. What is your line of work? Please tell me! So you say, Cram, but haven't you done some unauthorized digging in some sites too? Quiet, you. Been wondering for a while, but what's that armor on your arm? Ventriloquy. Is that the correct singular form of it? It's ventriloquism, right? It's ventriloquism. Oh, I do apologise, my lady. Oh, no. That made me give me the funny image like tips Fedora, but he tips the entirety of Cram. My name is Kronos. I serve at the autonomous. Thank you! You're an AI guy. I was correct in my weird prediction. I was not correct in my prediction that you're a Squidward slide. I am the autonomous AI of the weapons unit for Cram here. Feel free to call me Crow-chan. I will call you Crow-chan. I love you, Crow-chan. Please change his text box for all of time to Crow-chan. Whoa, that's freaking awesome. I never knew attributes like... Okay, so attributes means crafting materials, but it also means machines, which are not the same thing as Machina, which no one knows exists. Actually, why is Crow-chan not a Machina? Why is Machina not the word for machines? Why is Machina a tree? Is it a tree? Apparently it's not a tree, it's something bad. I don't even... I never knew attributes like you existed. It's nice to meet you, Crow-chan. I'm Rettler. Rettler Saltine. This really is just... Let's take 50 Western syllables and smush them together. Just a run-of-the-mill mercenary. She sure ran with it, huh? That's the first time I've a good pun. A good translation, thank you. Cram, it's common practice to introduce yourself when you ask someone for their name. It only applies to people who aren't shady as heck. So who are you? Cram, was it? I'm Cram Lamvalouche and Rettler whatever it was. S-ranked Machinarian from... I'm Cram Lamvalouche, S-ranked Machinarian from the Halburn Machinary Academy. This text box alone can show the problem with this intro. It's just terminology. Some of it is English words meaning the opposite of what they actually mean. And okay, so you're a Machinarian, but you don't work with Machina because Machina is the name of a single attribute, and attribute is the term for machines, but also crafting materials, and a Machina... Why are you called Machinarians if everyone thinks Machina isn't real? I don't even... Why is it a machine? Okay, so you do have machines, it's machinery and also Machina. Is it like FF10 where Machina means a different ancient type of machine? But no, in that one it was like they were both the same thing, and then... Oh, I don't even... So you are a Machinarian, that's perfect, I've been looking for someone like you. So what are you doing in a place like this? This time I'll have you answer me in full. Please game answer me in full. Yes, you see, I'm looking for this place here on this map. Wait, this map? Oh god, it's entirely different. Oh. This really is just artifacting errors of a game. And they thought by only showing it for 5 seconds I might let it pass, but no. 50th entirely different art style. It looks like a fucking Google image put through a bevel filter. And also it's the wrong resolution and there was terrible scaling. Anyway, so basically I smashed up Mechanoid. I looked around for a while but couldn't find any signs of threats, so I came back here for now. Oh, that's physically hurting me, no! I cannot believe it, anyone who made these... Was it like 5 people on the art team and every single one of them was disagreeing and no one got to see the final product? I cannot believe it, someone who would make such good character portraits would also settle for such a fucking terrible background. Like, you've literally got like rainbow pixels on it. This is like... I didn't think anything could get more poorly composited than the last one. Also, it's like a fucking Harry Potter background. Also, I like this grandpa design. I was so distracted by the bad artifacting, I didn't even notice the grandpa. That's how bad it is. I like his nice two-tone hair, and he's got a little Dr. Snap hair floof going on, and he's got a monocle, which is also glasses at the same time, and a funny beard. But I don't like his outfits, like 50,000 colours and bits and bobs everywhere. Reports are as imprecise ever. Is that all? Yeah, so when's the next job? No, you'll be on break for now. Good work out there, Cram. You crammed in a lot of good work today. Oh, we've got all this work coming out of our ears. They crammed the work into our ears. It's making jokes for me. I'd rather you have another job for me. What, you don't want a break? I've been relying on you far too much lately, so you need a breather every so often. Well, I'd love it if you gave me a permit to explore the insides of Ruins number 7. Shouldn't it be Ruin number 7? I don't even. No, it's far too dangerous. It remains closed until after we gather enough Machinarians. We'll begin the investigation after that. Can't you wait until then? Psh, figured you'd say something like that. Also, the scale of the characters is kind of very different. His head is like so big and his head is so small. I'm presuming they're supposed to be showing it at different heights, but the scale, they're not. I didn't believe it. Out of all the things to complain about an RPGmaker game, I'd find scaling errors. Okay, retract my last whatever the fuck that was. Her head is the same art style as his, but she's also way tiny, and also what the fuck is up with those boobs? You're wearing a turtleneck and a bra outside of your turtleneck, and also your turtleneck is somehow skin tight and shiny. Your hands are like the size of his mouth. Scaling errors in terms of how they drew that chest as well. Headmaster, I have a report on that woman. Cram, land the loot. Okay, you're Mariella, the character who we were mentioned before you even appeared, okay. Well then I'll be excusing myself. Oh, don't make me look at... Look around the room! Burn your eyes out with the room! I'm really curious about this place, Cram. It's like, I got a really good deal on the rent. It's like 5 pixels per square foot. Nah, not really. Then why did you give me that as an option? Talk with the headmaster, okay. See the headmaster, this is the school, it's okay. Okay, Cram, no need to rust. No need to rust. We'll be sending an advance party in about a month. Just kick back and relax until then. Alright, I'll take you up on that then. Okay, both of those options were useful and did nothing. Useless and did nothing. Wait, Cram! ... Did you forget to tell me something? You can count a total of 3 Elder Guardians in the innermost areas. And nothing more, I presume. Also a weird booby cat girl. Yeah, not another soul. Okay, Cram is slightly audible. He bickered with her, but he's like, he's not going to give her in to the authorities. Okay. ... So, also that's another inconsistency. Why is Curtis the only one who has his character portrait in there? I guess it's because he's small, but like, it is also just an inconsistency. There's only one person whose character portrait is actually in the text box. See, I heard reports from security about a suspicious woman in the area. That's so, I didn't see anyone. If you didn't see anyone, then alright, sorry to keep you. Oh, second bad, okay. The Commissioner, Dr. Snap, save me, Dr. Snap! Why is this the same fucking room? No. Okay, we've just been given, like... Why is it set up this way? Like, we should just be exiting and there is no possible... There's nothing. No matter where you click, there's no options. Why are these options? Why is this a different fucking art style too? Why is this one not badly artifacted? Why? Does he suspect anything? Likely, but in any case it would be rather difficult to keep us hidden. What do you mean? Hey yo, you done with your report? Told you to wait at the inn, didn't I? You're a fugitive, do you realise that? Yeah, a fugitive? Me? Seriously? Me? Cram, we're in far too close proximity with the academy. I suggest relocating further away. head to the inn downtown for now. Come on, follow me. Aye, sir. Should I just stop here? I don't think I'm getting any more context. It's looking more and more like a spitting image of him. My gay lover, fellow grandpa who passed away tragically. See, if a game isn't going to give me a plot, I'm going to make up a fucking plot. Of Dr. Carol Landry. It is a gay... I don't know if he's this guy's boyfriend. I'm going to headcanon that, but he is a random mad scientist grandpa who's also his dad, I guess. What's that religious group act? Okay, religion's coming into this. Have to say about her. Okay, she's not a religious cat. I was going to say religious cat girls. Okay. She wasn't affiliated. You're free to deal with her as you see fit. Which means she's gotten here all by herself. Impressive. Not just the Guardians, however. She may be part of some rebel cell. Cell from Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. Why does this game keep making me think of better games? That game did a good immediate res. Makes her quite the cute terrorist then. Ew, don't hit on the young girl. Headmaster. I'm just joking. That clan wouldn't think of conspiring. They're part of a system after all. Okay. Catgirl clan. The system is the Machina like an ancient AI ruling the entire world or something? Are you evil? I hope you're not evil. Are you the only one whose design I liked so far? Except I guess the handsome Squidward orb. What could one little girl do on her own? There's a possibility that Cramland Volush is assisting her as well. That's entirely up to his discretion. He is this Academy's pride and joy, an S-rank Machinarian after all. Thank you for finally establishing this. That's a really weird face you're doing. Is that how you smile? Oh my god, you're like a frog. I'll keep Cramland Volush under surveillance. Very well. I'll keep Cramland Volush under Savan Volush. If you're doing, make sure he doesn't notice. I'll be at the receiving end if he finds out about this. Headmaster, you're far too lenient on him. Are you a nice Grampy? Are you a bad Grampy? I don't know. I hope you're a nice Grampy. I hope you're not a secret villain. I hope you're not hitting on little girls. Really? I'm still gonna headcanon that you were in a relationship with his dead dad, because that's the only thing that's making me happy right now. You heard him. Weird shadow overlords. Oh, brief flashes of it. That was an interesting character design. Who is that weird person? I need to go back in the footage and take a picture of that. So we have some sort of cool half-dragon monster guy who's got grabby titties. Oh my god, my buddy Tian will love this character if they reveal what the fuck his design is. Garlisle. I need to Google who the hell Garlisle is and see his full design and send it to my friend who likes like himbo dragon boys. And if I could do something like spying. Oh, Ravi will do. Oh, that's another Japanese trope I hate. It's like the fan service girl who like speaks deliberately childish and is supposed to enhance the fan service. I do like her outfit though, not necessarily the fan service aspect, but I like the general patterns, like the weird little ghosty face, love hearts. That's kind of cool. I want to go on a date with Crab. My defining characteristic is girl, I guess. So far, like all the girls have been fan service so far. I don't like that. Joker. Again, we're referencing better games! No! What is that design? See, when I first saw it, I thought it was just like some sort of strange bag-headed creature with like a big ponytail, but since that's your head, so are you some kind of long grandpa in a weird straitjacket? Have they sealed away your grandpower? You remind him of what's his name from Power Stone. Joker, can I rely on you? Tail Cramland Volution, find out that silver-haired girl's objective. Hey, wait up now, Commissioner. This ain't what we agreed on. You agree that you give me any jobs that relate to that guy? You're the most boring character designer of them all. I hope you're not the one they pick. They're just gonna forget it. I do like though, whenever one of them pans over, the other ones turn darker, and that's kind of a good graphical effect. This game is just like, we have so many good graphical effects, and then really, really terrible graphical effects. The paradoxical game. You're just gonna forget about all that, decide on your own. Ravi said she's going, so back off, you emo punk. I do like that mix of like, that's a good character establishment. Her being like, oh, deliberately cutesy. Oh, I'm so fancy. It's an ending of like, fuck off, you bloody emo punk. I like that. I like the idea of a character who's just like, they're playing into the trope. It's like she's faking being overly cutesy and fancy, she's actually kind of badass. That's good. Don't even talk to him and all you want is some action with Cram. My defining character traits is wanting to date the protagonist. Ooh, what was that? Ravi here just can't let that slide. Take that back, you take that back right now. How dare you say my stated motive, which I said myself 5 seconds ago. For goodness sakes, tone it down to both of you. Felmet, you realise I'm only asking you to tail him, right? You were asking Joker a second ago. I wish you had asked Joker. Joker's the only character I like so far. And he hasn't even talked, I like him better. Yeah, I get it. Actually, what if Joker is non-binary? I want to just send that out into the world. I want to send that wish into the world. Wishes are a hope your dream makes. I wish for gay grandpas and non-binary characters and literally anyone LGBT to walk in and be like, hey, this fan service kind of sucks. I'm going to show up and be the opposite of that. That's only till he commits a crime, right? Fine, go! Now leave! And you better not even think of starting a fight yourself. Well, it all depends on him. Don't just frickin' ignore me! You already all frickin' ignoring Joker! Well, we have a nice little menu screen, at least. In a totally different fucking art style again. It is a fucking underboob. That is the most, like, oh, I hate that. Oh, especially the way that the line fades out on me, that just looks like some sort of strange, like, tumor or an actual pillow shoved under there. Like, the line doesn't even separate the boobs. Also, why are you showing her armpits? Why does she have no armpit hair? I know that it's, like, supposed to be, like, a thing that women are supposed to shave their armpit hair to be sexy or whatever, but just... It seems weird. It just seems weird to focus on that unless it's supposed to be a fan service thing. I'm really not liking this one so far. And it sucks because the visuals are good and like half of the visuals are good and the other half of the visuals are really terrible. I can see the bloody underboob again from this angle. It's like, why is it showing both angles from that? It's like she's facing sideways. You can only see one boob at the top, but at the bottom you can see both boobs. Is one of the boobs just fucking sliding out? Is it threatening to fall out of her shirt? Hello, welcome to a game which superficially looks really visually interesting, and then every 5 seconds something will come along to subvert the fuck out of it. I like when her belt buckle is a little cat, but why does she have a cow bell instead of a cat bell? If there is always one thing that will ruin every compliment I'm trying to give it. I'm going to save it just so I have a save in case I hypothetically want to play it again. I don't want to play this again. This is just not my kind of thing. 1, I don't know what the fuck is going on and why I should care. 2, I don't like the fan service. It's just not my kind of thing. I'm not a fan service person. 3, I am so fucking bugged by the scaling issues. It's my pet peeve. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot. It's like how I struggled to play the original FF7 because of the difference between the low poly count of like the models and the pre-rendered backgrounds, but I'm fine with playing FF8 and FF9 because the textures on the models are more advanced and it doesn't like clash so much. I'm not going to say don't play this. You out there, if you want to play this and find out what the fuck is actually going on, or if you are actually interested in booby women, you go play it, you enjoy yourself. Me, it has given me literally nothing to want to play it except handsome Squidman man. I want to date him instead of this fan service lady, and there we go. As we end up with every time I play the entire game and I leave it without knowing what the fuck is going on, I'm going to look up the store page and get some more information from there. 1,000 years after the world was destroyed, a tale revolving around the planet tree and the Machina. The fucking Steam page video gives more information on the setting than the game does. Literally, why did the game not just open with this cutscene? Also, it is translated from Japanese, I was correct about that. The rule on the planet was... That's the reason why we have the repetitive title, is it was Japanese and then English underneath it. The old world was abruptly annihilated. A war was waged around the artifacts left behind. Artifacts is a way better fucking... Okay, it is attributes. Okay, I take it back. Just calling them artifacts would have been a way better fucking translation. I need to take a screenshot of it and find out what that is, if it really was attributes. I've confirmed from a Japanese translator friend, Nejumaki Pio, the word used here is literally the English word attribute, like rendered in katakana. That explains so much. Honestly, a great example of why localization is necessary. I think they should have changed this to literally anything else. Sometimes literally and directly translating exactly what's being said completely changes the tone of it in English. Presumably in Japanese this would sound like, ooh, a cool foreign word for it, wow, that's so mysterious and old and timey, I don't know what it could possibly be, and in English it's just like the most basic, boring description ever and also grammatically incorrect. Honestly, I think it would have worked really great if they swapped it out for a Japanese word in the English translation. It would like, very easy solution to get the same sort of vibe. Now they are regulated by the Halban Academy. Okay, Halban Academy is regulating the use of artifacts, that's why we're working for them to excavate new artifacts. Oh god, even the scaling is still here. Also, why is our portrait so much smaller? Why does the scaling look different in this than it does in game? Okay, the battle screen is... The portrait looks so much fucking smaller. Is there generally some kind of error? The battle screen still does look kind of exactly as bad though. Okay, are you the Machina tree? Are you the Machina of the planet tree? You look like the Machina of the planet tree. The Verdant Princess SDO Esfadatal. We have just farted English words all over the screen. The increasing need for concentration is threatening the world. What is E for a concentration? No. In response to the monster activity, the fast. Nyahaha, that was a nyahaha. Okay, I like your design better. You look like fucking Dr. Snap. Why does this game keep reminding me of Dr. Snap? Bad game, good character, just cameoing for no reason. Thank you, Dr. Snap Palette Swap, for improving what seemed to be a very boring design earlier. And it seems that you are some kind of deranged person of some kind you'll hopefully be entertaining, at least. Together, they are warped to the World Tree by an unknown device. The World Tree, which may be the Machina, which may not be the Machina of the World Tree. There, they learn the truth, which we were told in the opening cutscene. Of the planet! Of the Machina of the Planet Tree, Planet Ruler. Generally, why not put any of this as an opening cutscene? Like, this would be better as an opening cutscene. Also, our hand guy is an entire fridge in here. It's weird how you can barely see him on the sprite, and then here he's like the size of a fucking fridge. This translation has... Again, everything's very inconsistent. Like, this translation goes back and forth from like being very natural and like overly natural to the point of like sounding like a fan translation where they just throw in random funny terms and stuff, to being really awkward and weird. Also, every girl must look like this. Every girl must look like this. Generally, why didn't they just start the game with a cutscene? Rather than the cutscene of someone telling us the Machina of the Planet Tree is bad, have a cutscene of saying who we are looking for Machina, etc., etc. In this legendary Machina might be something who we'll find out later. And show some of those cool artworks. Would have been a much better start. Okay, yeah, that lady is the Machina of the Planet Tree. She's clearly the Machina of the Planet Tree. She is the Machina of the Planet Tree. She has the same name as it at the very least. Also, just everyone being a mechanician, it's Mechanarian is what they said in game. That is not what they said in game. There's a big sign on the left saying one friend recommends against this game. I wish I'd noted that. Has my friend reviewed this game? The battle system really ruins the fun. So it's turn-based and encourages you to plan out your attacks by having a move repetition penalty and a bonus for varied attacks. So you don't want to button mash, right? No, you also have a 5-second timer for your combo. Think fast. But also, you need to account for what your opponent is weak against. Tough crap, but then normally they're weak to only one attack, and if you only use the attack that actually does damage on them, you get a repetition penalty, and if you only use weak attacks, they resist big time. So basically you're forced to think hard, button mash, vary up your attacks, but not use pointless attacks. So you lose no matter what you do, because it's throwing several systems at you. That alone is a hot mess. Thank you, I agree with that. I didn't even get to see which attacks were actually effective on the enemy because it was going so fucking fast I couldn't keep a track of it. And also being able to see how far your combo is, because if I take a second away from the screen to look at a combo, my combo was already stopped. I'm not far into it. I have no idea how to fight this one boss battle. Everything is being penalised. I could just keep fighting smaller monsters until I can one-shot it, but it's very strong. I don't want to spend that long when I'm clearly supposed to be in for a long 4-out fight with this boss. I don't really enjoy fighting. I do it to continue a story. So maybe someone who loves fighting might find this hot mess a unique thing to overcome, in which case go for it. But generally I feel like it's trying to do too much and not offering any option for personal style because it penalises everything. I also found the sizing in the window ridiculous. It's about 1/4 the size of my screen. So I'm squinting and leaning in when I'm trying to do 4-out, fast, varied, not pointless attacks, of writing so tiny and confusing layered of commands. But it's totally fun, right? If the artist what drew me in, I'm big on RPGs normally, but this one I feel like I tried to do something new and it flopped. That is the opposite of my experience. For me, it's quite large on my screen, and the font was really big. So I'm wondering if maybe this was like an older review and they tried to patch it. It's in 2020, and it is 4 years ago, I don't know. Like, if they tried to patch it and they made everything too big, that's what caused the scaling issues. But the scaling issues, in the battles at least, did seem to still be existing, so it might just simply be that this game glitched out on various different operating systems and my friend got a different glitch on their one, which made everything fucking tiny instead. Either way, that both kind of sucks. It doesn't even seem as it's made on a particularly old version of RPGmaker, so it wouldn't seem likely that none of the other VX games I've played have had that glitch. I don't know. I can't find anything on other games made by the same company. Clicking on them just goes to the localization company, which has like 1,000 different varied games, and they all seem to be fan service and cute little girl bits. There is one that is fan service boys. Thank you for the mild equality. But it's a spin-off of one that was fan service girls. Oh, they made fucking Creature Kokoro. Oh, I fucking hate that one. And Undead Darlings. These two games I have a fucking massive beef with. Two games which are very disappointing for anyone who wants to have like a monster romance. Creature Kokoro or Creature Romances, like they've changed it. It used to be Creature Kokoro. That one I really don't like. I really don't like. It's like You know those fucking parody visual novels where it's just like, oh, it's a funny, weird idea, but then every bit of the writing is exactly the same as a normal visual novel. That's it. No one in the text ever mentions that they're all monsters. It's just the most boring, generic high school romance, but the character designs are kind of funny and strange. It's the most bland and boring shit. It's like if you just played the first half of Doki Doki Literature Club and it never ends. That level of, like, phoned-in, half-assed, really generic, someone who doesn't actually even like dating sims, who's making it for parody purposes, writing, but it never changes. There is no twist. The twist is right there from the start that they have funny designs. And Undead Darlings is just the most crapped out monster dating sim ever. It's just like, hey, you want to date monsters who look exactly like cute humans? Like, you couldn't even tell those were zombies if you just looked at the graphic without the logo. Anyway, that just gives a sign. I don't know how good or bad this dubbing company is overall, but they've done many bottom of the barrel games, and I don't know, that just being associated with this level of games is not a good thing. Oh god, sexual content and cats. Sexual content and cats. Things that you do not want associated. Sexual content and cats. I can't believe there's one that's worse than Nekabara. Also included, Yandere Simulator ripoff. Oof. Fucking half of this is stuff I've ignored or stuff that I've got in my library that I didn't enjoy. I really should have checked this before I just... It wouldn't be bad of me to write something off the RPGmaker Roulette just because I've played other bad games by the same dub company, because I know I've made by the same designing company, but oh. So yeah, that's my overall result is the game doesn't do enough to sell you on the game and why you should play the game. The Steam page does at least, but also it's not very promising. And I hope, against hope, but it gets better when you go later in. Everyone out there, if you were interested in this, feel free to go and try it and see if it gets better as it goes in. I am not optimistic. Sorry about that. But the pixel art was really good. I just wish I'd be able to see it at an actual decent resolution. Interesting little thing, the Steam trading cards have concept art for the characters and actual things of the sprites, which I have not found. There is no one who has any sprite rips of the sprites to actually see them in full resolution. This is interesting. I like the beta designs. I like that headband with little owl ears on it. I think that looks better. I think all these designs in the middle here for how like the hand thing will look better. I especially like the one where it glows through the fabric of the cape. That looks really cool. I kind of prefer the colour scheme here with like the red hair and the blue eyes instead of the other way around. He does kind of all blend together in his final one. Here is Retler's art. I have nothing to say. There is literally a bit where it's like different ways we can draw this under boob or over boob. If this is your kind of thing, okay. Here is the lady who is clearly the Machina of the planetary. All her beta designs look incredibly similar. Here is the full reveal unshadowed face of that lady who's like both cute but also kind of sassy. Here is some character we didn't meet yet in our playthrough. Here is the Dr. Snap guy. Apparently he gets some kind of cool mecha. I really like this design here. I don't like this design so much. That design I really like. I really like the design where it's him like built into it and his arms are in like that. I hope that's the design that went through in the final game. I like all of his ridiculous faces. They're very cool and crazy and nice. This design here is some kind of scrungly thing behind him. I don't get any of this. I like these concepts. I like this one that's got a very scrungly face. Here is the Himbo Dragon Dad Man for my friend who likes Himbo Dragon Dad Mans. I will be sending this image to them forthwith. Here is the one I really liked, and I really like this one. I like this one a lot. I have no clue who they are, and I still love them. Look how fucking goofy their little sprites are running around all loopy like that. Honestly, the only thing I don't like necessarily is the mask. I like every one of these beta masks better than the final mask. I especially like the one where it's got like bulging eyes maxed into it. I really like that. But I really fucking love like exploding out and having like 5 bazillion arms. I love that. I adore that. I love this design so much. I like this pose where they're just reveling in how many arms they have. I love them. They're so good. This is my favourite character now. I don't even know anything about them. Also, I really like how it's like the swooshy thing, it looks like a wrap around the head is actually just their hair, so they're spending the entire time with just their hair wrapped around like a beard. That's kind of funny. Here's the other boring booby lady. She was originally going to have some kind of cool hair decorations, but she does not, and instead she's boring. 100% called that this grandpa was going to be the villain. That fucking sucks. He has such a nice grandpa design. Of course the final MacGuffin is a titty orb. Of course it would be. I do like how scrungly he looks in these little graphics, so like he looks a bit better with bigger eyes like that. It looks more in style with the art style of everybody else. I like a little happy laugh. I hope he's at least some kind of like sympathetic villain or any kind of anything to him. because I liked him. He's my favorite. Like, I like the Joker design, but I like his design too. He's crumpled and I like him and he's good. Anyway, the end.